Hello, hello, hello. This is Count John D, and I'm here to stream Crusader Kings. If Twitch will let me, which it hasn't so far tonight, but it would be great if those technical problems would simply disappear. But no, instead we're getting loads and loads of technical issues, and they're not great. And it seems to be actually working now. After loads and loads of technical issues, we are finally online. This might be a very short session because of all the technical issues we've had to be dealing with today. It has taken me quite some while to actually get the stream to actually work, and it finally has. And now it seems that everyone can see what we're doing. I hope everyone can hear what we're doing. And essentially, our biggest problem right now that we're dealing with is the Aztecs. Because I have because I had installed because I have installed Sunset Invasion, which was probably not a good idea. I kind of did it by accident. We have all of these Aztecs that we're dealing with right here, and honestly, I'm not happy about it at all. But that's actually one thing that I'm actually trying to figure out. Is okay. On top of that, also we're dealing with a faction that could get very irritating. This is a gavel kind in the Empire faction. So if this succeed, if this faction would revolt and or press us into accepting their demands, our inheritance would be shit. Because with gavel kind inheritance, our empire would essentially fall apart into a heck of a lot of parts every time we die, and that's actually really awful, especially given how much land we've amassed. So essentially, what I'm trying to do. Okay. Betrothal. My only son, really? Okay, let me check. Is his wife pregnant or something? No, and she's also weak. He has no sibling. Wait, arranged marriage. Oh wait, she's with me. If we arrange her betrothal here, I'll offer him to buy me a new one. Because I believe that is the Russian king's daughter, then we can offer a non-aggression pact. But it's honestly fine. We can improve his outlook about some part. We'll give quality 1, really? 21? Did they change this massively? Because I'm pretty sure that the modifiers for giving away stuff were not nearly as much as they are. All of this is like 21? Jesus. Especially since we've got this nice quality 2 longsword. I don't see a reason why I would keep the mace, so give him a mace. Okay, the reasons for is 3, 0 of the opinion, 2, so we essentially need 2 more pluses, which shouldn't actually be that awful, especially if we can award honorary title. We'll make him seneschal of the empire. That's probably going to be worth about 1 of the reasons we need for him to accept this non-aggression pact. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 2, 3, 4 versus 5. Okay, we need a little bit more. Okay, I could grant. Is there any land that we don't care about at all? sorry. Also, the thing we gotta check is maybe he has penalties that we could deal with. He wants a seat on the council. That's the annoying part about having the absolute council, is that I can't really put him in as an advisor, because that's actually pretty useful, because it's a council position that doesn't matter. Because even if the ruler that you want to put in the council has terrible stats like this one, it would still go fine. Okay, this will not increase further. 183 money, which we can't afford right now. We could afford it in a few months, but it seems unlikely we'll be able to afford it soon. I could make him district regent, but I really don't want him to do that. I could give him a vice royalty that includes some of the land I have, but I don't really want that. Actually, do I not have a county somewhere in his de jure? Okay, let me see. I know I have. Don't I have some counties here? No, never mind. I do not. I have Letgallen. Let me see if I give him the count. Is it worth it giving him the county of Letgallen? That would definitely give me the opinion modifier needed in order to do it. It's not a hugely important territory to begin with, although my Demosne is looking pretty bad as it is, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to stretch it out, to stretch it even more. But this guy, Kirchnetz, that's a vassal I could put under him for very minimal pain. Let's see if we can do that. Transfer vassalage. Let me see. Count of Kirchnetz. Yeah, we're down to 7. Yeah, we paid very little for this non-aggression pact. Well, we paid a son, and that's about it. But our plan in dealing with the Aztecs is essentially retreating over here, disbanding that army, and then coming back, hopefully with a lot more strength. Because it seems that our advantage here seems to be the fact that they have a lot of light infantry. It looks like it, right? No, actually, they're almost entirely heavy infantry. I think the fact is that they don't have any cavalry is one of the advantages that we have. Okay, this kid lacks a focus. She could make a decent diplomat, but she doesn't have the positive trait for that, so let's just try to make her study an intrigue. That's fine by me. This kid, come on, be a marshal. Being more and more general is always good. Wait, did he deny it? Hasn't he not even responded yet? Don't we have a non-aggression pact? Yeah, we do. This faction should dissipate in a second. I also seem to be lagging slightly, which is not a good sign. Or, not lagging, but slowing down because of performance or some such. And Russ count is named Theodosia. Yeah, okay. That is the princess over there. Actually, let me see. Okay, because of the river crossing, because the reinforcements are going to get there. Can we get there in time? I think we can, because this reinforcement is going to help them hopefully hold out just long enough for us to reach there. 10th of January. They just have to hold out till 10th of January. Until then, we're going to be careful with our time to make sure that we stop if they get defeated. 6. There's no rush. 7, 8. You deserve greatness, go get it. She deserves, someone's letting her on. Instead, let me see, 28th of January. Let me see, the army is at Storga. Okay, Aztec army will 22nd of January, 19th of January. Yeah, gotta retreat that way. Okay, that's like, I guess, kind of nice. The province lost some penalties. People are leaving the defensive pact against me, which is fine. And what we're gonna do here is head over to France somehow. And hopefully let me see. Oh, the King of Ireland died. That's honestly fine, because we have him in a viceroyalty. The fact that he's in a viceroyalty makes it real nice and easy to ensure here. We can rank up in the. We can rank up here in the Lucifer's own society, which is pretty cool. Hey, pleb! Hey, nice to have some chat activity again. It's been a bit quiet these past couple of weeks. Hey, DJ Cool Crusader, always nice to hear ya. Oh, although I think I'm probably going to reduce the game volume a little bit. It feels like it's going a bit too high. Let's reduce the effect a tiny little bit, and let's reduce the music just a little bit. There we go. I'm sure he'll... Okay, let me see this kid. Who is this kid? How many sons do I have again? I don't remember how many sons I have. Let me see. Leonard. Which is he? Wait, he's my son, but he doesn't show up here. Jens Sancha. Oh, yeah, he's the one that is about to come of age. So that's why his art has changed and everything. Sure, becomes deceitful. That's fine. That's fine. I don't really care if my kid's life. I was in your stream a couple of times, but I was lurking. Oh, that's fine too. But the one problem that I'm really running into here now is that I accidentally got, I believe, Sunset Invasion as part of some, basically as part of some of the DLC packages that I didn't really think about it. And because I've enabled Sunset Invasion, the Aztec event is actually coming up, and I've got hundreds of thousands of these stupid Aztecs that I'm trying to do goo. Let me see. A bastard can cause a lot of trouble. Insisted by Master King Henrik and advised me if possible to get rid of this bastard in court. I doubt the bastard gets any trouble. I don't mind being honest. Honest is actually quite okay. Like, the negative to intrigue is, you know, it's not too bad, but it's honestly the +3 diplomacy at this point seems fine. The target of my... I'm just going to give up on that for now, because I'm going to be busy in war, and the event and finishing the seduction events is always so unlikely in war. Yeah. I essentially... yeah, and because I got it, it was just enabled by default. I actually didn't mean to get the Aztec invasion, and I in fact kind of dislike the Aztec invasion. Oh, hello. I got another bastard daughter. Yeah, that's fine. I was kind of hoping for a bastard son, really, mostly because I was saying... multiplier with my CK2 mod later. Honestly, I'd rather try to keep this stream as consistent as I can rather than change that up. But if you see me sometimes online on Twitch or Twitch or whatever, message me and I could maybe get that across. Honestly, for the most part, I do this stream because I just kind of want to keep it a bit consistent in what I'm doing, like at least for now. Just keep playing this playthrough until it runs its course, probably. We're about halfway through already, and we just gotta survive the Aztecs and hope that nothing too horrible happens to us. This battle was, I believe, gonna happen. Let me see, 17th of March, 16th of March. We just gotta wait for it to happen. I don't have any other choice, and we gotta hope that our superior generals and cavalry wins the day. Thanks for inviting me, though. That is actually a good invitation. Oh, shit. We're totally going to lose a lot of men here. It's a lot of men that are going to die. We have the terrain bonus, which is a significant bonus, to be honest, but we are severely outnumbered. They're going to be about 7k troops ahead of us, and they have one general that is better than any of ours, but we have 3 commanders on all flanks, so that does provide us with some advantages when it comes to the combat here. The Swedish populace in Södermanland. Oh yeah, that's actually also true. I do have the same name as this channel on stream. Oh, sweet. Random county became Danish. That's actually absolutely fine. Yeah, even with the numbers, even with everything that we had over here, we're gonna lose this one, but that's fine. This was the army that was supposed to be disbanded anyway. It kind of sucks to be losing men like that, but I don't think there was a lot of way around it. They were just a bit faster than us, possibly because of the not just because of the general, but because of a few other reasons. Actually, they survived with a bit more than I expected. I only lost about 3,000 men. Somehow I think, given their numbers, we didn't actually trade that badly when it came to the stacks. Like, and I don't think their stacks regenerate, which is the one good thing about fighting the Aztecs. So as long as you can keep yourself running for as long as possible, they just eventually go down, because that is at least the trend that I've been seeing. I don't think I've seen... Yeah, because I'm defending them on both sides. Is because I don't think I've seen... I'm pretty sure I have only seen this number go down. I don't think I've seen this number go up at all. Although it's possible that it is regenerating to some extent. Because if it's not, I don't think it's really possible, unless you're extremely, extremely powerful and ready for it to begin with, that you actually beat this thing off. Well, you could probably do some game exploits, though. There's plenty of those. Okay, it's lose slight amounts of men. That's fine. Let me see. The 700 ships. Probably want to lay those down, so that doesn't cost us too much money. Yeah, it is a bit funny that I named this session of the stream as technical difficulties, because before heading on stream, I was just landing in non-stop things that just didn't seem to be working on either Twitch or OBS. It was very frustrating, but it's nice that I'm now at least out of that hurdle. I don't care about that county for now. Now that I've disbanded them, now I gotta re-raise all the armies. How many troops am I getting for France right now? Really? Really? Am I seriously getting only one man from the entirety of France? I know you have a rebellion going and all, and I know you're pretty exhausted, but... one guy? Really? Really? That doesn't seem right. How the hell is... Yeah, we're supposed to convert the Aztecs to your religion and inherit them and their special units. I don't think even that is even possible, like without console commands. Like, but I think there are some game exploits you could probably do to get this off relatively quick. Okay, how much is the rebellion giving me? 1,200. That's not even that much. Oh, oh yeah. 'Cause we're getting all the diseases. Gotcha. That's why they're not giving me any troops. That sucks. What about England? 2,000 from England. Sweden 1,800. Okay, so if we look at our army, we got about 20k from both from our demesne and our vassals. I don't think we can actually beat this. Yeah, let's see. Is not at war, must not be imprisoned. Yeah, I can't really do anything about this. I think I'm actually gonna just let at least the first invasion run their course. I don't know if their numbers get reduced or something after the first initial wave, because the good thing about it is that they're not taking any of my territory right now. And as long as I... Okay, I'll form an alliance with the Holy Roman Empire, who are only fighting a joke war right now. They're probably not even going to call me on. So hopefully that if the Aztecs attack me, I'm actually going to be able to use the Holy Roman Empire forces to actually combat this at least a little bit. Emperor Frode gains stressed. I don't really care if this girl is brave or not. She's a genius, sure, but I'm probably just gonna breed her with something. I don't actually particularly care about her traits that much. Sure. A random relative of mine gets kids. Aztecs are also pagan, so you could ally them if you didn't convert. If you didn't convert, I started in 1066, so I didn't start as Catholic. Sorry, I started as Catholic. So I didn't really. So I never had the option of being pagan in this playthrough. You kind of need to start at earlier in order to play as Germanics and Crusader Kings. Oh no. Not this. Oh, okay. It's just the titles I usually keep under vice royalties. That's fine. Okay, so now the question is, who do I make into the Viceroy of England, of Ireland? Basically, I want to preferably I want it to be someone of my dynasty. I can't really recruit him. Although it doesn't have to be. Like, maybe if we can see someone that just has the right traits for us to yeah, we don't want this guy to be the viceroy. That is just inviting trouble if you have an infirm viceroy. There was a Norse vassal in Sweden in 1066. Yeah, there was, but I started out as humble Iceland, and Iceland starts as Catholic. And honestly, the vassal in Sweden was mostly converted at the point that at the point where I conquered Sweden. It was mostly converted already. Like, okay, let me see. Uppland is, yeah, it is a holy site. Can you still? Yeah, you can't yeah, I can't even secretly convert to them because there's no Germanic counties left. Yeah, and that's actually the really funny thing about this playthrough is that I did actually randomly roll a ruler. Like, when I was playing this game, I just was like, classic 1066 start, let's just click a random ruler, and I got Iceland, which is incredibly hilarious because I actually live in Iceland. Okay, what do we want to do? What about this guy? 13 stewardship, 1211. He is shrewd and lustful, zealous, craven, paranoid. This guy seems probably a decent guy to be the Viceroy of Ireland. You'll be the Viceroy of Ireland. That's fine. Yeah, he can't have Dublin because that's mine, and he can't have these counties because they belong to England. Okay, that's all good. I also need to put, I believe, Finland under a viceroyalty. I believe, yeah, that's just... Why do you hate me so much? Revoked him. Oh yeah, I revoked her Harass's title. Yeah, that doesn't work. I'm not gonna make her the viceroy. Yeah, you're gonna be also gonna be the viceroy of Finland. But yeah, putting that in the same roof is fine, especially since both of his titles are there. Although it doesn't speak a lot to his confidence because he is actually slow. But that's fine. It's gonna be like whatever. Yeah, I'm just gonna completely, hopefully, gonna be able to ignore. Let me see. Yeah, sure. I'll let her become ambitious. That seems fine. Oh, she became arbitrary instead. That's not good. But honestly, doesn't matter too much. She's basically just breeding material anyway. Like, if I eventually decide for her to wed into something important, that's gonna be annoying, but Okay, let me see. Duchy of... what's it? Yeah, the Duchy of Wachaki. Which is essentially this one. The Mongol Empire is starting to not be quite as much of a threat as it was, but it's still pretty powerful. It's mostly because it's segmented over here, and it's got revolts over here, and over here, and it's just kind of a mess. Let me see. Someone in Genoa wants to marry a random courtier of mine that I do not give a shit about, sure. Okay, let's see what we got here. Although there's actually one thing that we should probably try to consider is that we are actually a member of Lucifer's Own, and we have the mission of sacrifice a holy person. And if we could find some way to do that, that would be great. First of all, okay, we don't have anyone in jail, unfortunately, but let's see if we can maybe kidnap some religious figure or another. Preferably something that is not in my domain, I think. Sure, let's do the Bishop Ripikrik of Roma. Do we have the option of... Let me see, we can't do the attempt to abduct because we don't have enough power. Corrupt, gain Satan's appreciation. This might have repercussions upon your soul. Attempt to negatively influence personality, increasing spin by 75. Failure might tarnish your reputation, though. Let me see, what are my options here? He is my court chaplain, he's bishop of something. Yeah, I can't seem to... Yeah, he's an apprentice of the order. Right. Or... No, he's an apprentice of something else, I think. Now it's actually kind of a decision. I think it's probably just going to be... maybe this guy... Yeah, I moved the capital over here, which did really drain on is going to really drain on the tech, but I believe having a capital with 6 holdings just has enough advantages to the point where you really want to make sure you have moved yourself over to, if not not necessarily a 6-1, but if you have the option of doing it before ridiculously late in the game, I think it's actually quite a good option. And I think it actually, one of the reasons why this is actually probably not a bad option is the fact that this will actually spread a lot of tech to the Russian areas, and hopefully the Russian areas can get more development. Church infrastructure, improved keeps. Always military organization up. That should do it right quite fine. I think I might actually just stack money in order to actually just buy a castle here, because like upgrading this from scratch just seems nonsense, and I don't wanna. I just hate losing territory to nomad agitation, even though it's a couple counties that might not even be that good. Also, because what is going? Yeah, the Byzantine Empire is looking a bit weird right now. The Byzantine Empire and the Holy Roman Empire would probably have shared a border if I didn't basically take over Russia and Poland here. And also the Teutonic Knights have a few counties here and there. Let me see. Offer vassalization, power, not ideas your range, foreign culture, blah 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 blah. It's a bunch of Germans, so that's probably not going to change much. Foreign language, opinion of Frode. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7, 12, 13, 14, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. You can only get like +4 pips or so more by getting his opinion up, even if I get it to 100. So I'm basically just not going to be able to vassalize the Teutonic Order diplomatically. Yeah. And there's also this really weird situation to deal with. It's this thing kind of happened because this guy who used to be, or at least, well, whoever the last king was this a... Oh, he actually lost the house. How bad for him. But essentially, the last king that I had there, the last king of Jerusalem and the first king of Jerusalem, was also the king of France until I put essentially a puppet on that throne. So it didn't quite... but because he still had a kingdom title and still had counties here in his domain, he didn't actually lose them, and he actually still has some territories in Jerusalem. But it's weird because some of them actually put you being my spy master, and I'll try to corrupt priest. I've never tried to do this, so I'm kind of curious what happens there. Let me see. Yeah. Although, let me see, no person lives a life entirely devoid of sin, and neither does Prince Bishop Hans. I just have to figure some of the traits of his characters that I can build on. I'll turn his guilty pleasures into vices. Whether it has any character traits could develop into vices, I'm sure he's not quite as virtuous as he pretends to be. His virtues are not wholeheartedly believed in. I'm gonna say, considering that he's already has Impaler and Lustful, I'm gonna guess that he is already a little bit into sin. Just a smidge, impaling people on spikes and being generally lustful and stuff. That's generally considered to be not particularly not particularly particularly pious and virtuous things to do. So he's probably a little bit into sinning. Although that's actually one other thing that I probably should be doing, and I think I'm going to do when I can, is create retinues. Cavalry retinues are always solid, but I think I'm gonna buy one Huscarl retinue. Actually, I think I'm just gonna skip. Just gonna let I like it's really annoying, but it's like one fairly shitty county that I might lose if I don't deal with the nomad agitation. So I think I'm actually gonna focus my money on building retinues for now. Let me see. Heavy infantry, archers. Let's build some of those. Let's build a cavalry retinue. And that should do it for now. And then hopefully we'll be able to get more troops essentially out of our guns, basically out of our cash, which should be at least a minorly convenient thing to do. That is one of the most pointless raids ever. And it's being done by this really, really ballsy ruler of in the Canaries. This guy in the Canaries keeps trying to raid Scandinavia, which, I don't know, I just find it hilarious. He's just like thinking to himself, I've got like 400 men. I've been kicked off of raiding Denmark several times. I wonder what happens if he raids again. Okay, I'm actually kind of curious. Oh, to be fair, even without doing any sieging, he's getting a decent amount of money out of this somehow. You know what, I'm actually just kind of impressed. Yeah, you know what? Like, going back to the Viking ancestry and all that, that's pretty good. Astrid has improved relations with Bishop Frode the Barrel, that's fine. No announcement that really mattered too much. Yeah, these are gonna be losses, but hopefully I'll have time to recover. And if their manpower stays this ridiculous forever, the Aztecs are just not going to be something I can beat. Because I only drained them of like 40 something thousand troops, and I just couldn't do much more than that. And I essentially ended up with. Okay, wait. So let me check it this way. In a few months, how much is France generating? Okay, France is generating a decent amount. If this war isn't over by the time that my vassals have mostly gotten their troops back, I'm not really gonna do much. Like unless the war lengthens to that point, I'm probably not gonna be very helpful to my Iberian friends. The person is about to speak up. I will show him how it feels to be recognized. I shall write an invitation and hope my ploy succeeds. Okay, that's nice. I'm trying to corrupt him, and that's all good. Independent realms. To get the sense of what we're doing here. Like, I'm pretty proud of my empire, if I say so myself, though. Like, Scandinavia is unified, Russia is under a Scandinavian boot, Poland is under a Scandinavian boot, France is under a Scandinavian boot, England is under a Scandinavian boot, Scotland is under a Scandinavian boot, and Ireland is under a Scandinavian boots, and what we can gather from that is that Scandinavia has lots and lots of boots. There's probably a whole boot factory there. Okay, 92 money. That's probably enough to get another retinue. I'm probably just going to try to spam these a little bit. Yes, let's get a skirmish retinue, which is the... Wait, where's that one? Oh, sure, I should have been getting the... that's probably fine. Well, good luck with that. I'm not really thinking much into the retinues. I maybe should be paying more attention into how it went into the composition of my retinues, but I just somehow don't really want to think about it at the moment. Wait, is my son actually independent? Oh, okay, I didn't. It's fighting a revolt to get independent. Okay, I guess a little reading can't hurt. I'm just gonna gain a few piety off of this. Get some arbitrary points, because the amount of piety that we have is already basically already telling us that we can't get more than an opinion modifier from getting more piety, but it does give us the let me see. No, I'm just gonna get 100 extra points because I don't think there's a real reason to become orthodox. Let me see. Despite my best efforts, one misplayed word was all that was needed for Prince Bishop Hans to take offense with my suggestion. He stormed out of the room indignantly, and what's worse, he outed my supposed wickedness to everyone. Oh no. Oh, people will think I'm gonna be a sinner now. Oh, and I thought corrupting priests was gonna be so easy. Oh, poop. Yeah, okay, this retinue is growing to be a respectable amount. I'm actually gonna look at it for a second. Where is the... Sometimes I, even though I've played this game for 600... Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, it's three retinues. So that's all good. Accepted King Douglas of Scotland. What was the war even over? I don't even know. Let me see. We'll check after the end of this month. Let's see how many troops we actually do have after that. And then we can see if we can rally another run against these godless Aztecs. Oof. I get gain tough soldier, that seems fine. Oh yeah, also, wait, my mother-in-law? Oh yeah, married to her daughter. Which empress? Oh yeah, of Castile, I believe, right? Oh. I'm also going to plot to kill that kid because otherwise my wife would be inheriting, and I would much rather my wife inherit. And I think it's probably best to just start this plot early. Come on, we can probably get away with doing a little bit of killing there. Oh, okay, we're in a bit of a budget deficit. That's fine. Honestly, we're getting a fair amount of money per month. Do we have any raise or something? Oh shit, we had these random mercenaries that betrayed their enemy randomly over there. Completely forgot to disband those. Otherwise, we just have those two. No wonder I was getting so little money per month. I was maintaining mercenaries that I forgot about. Oh yeah, he's unlanded. I don't really care, honestly. You can really be unlanded for all I care. This pleases me. Sure, be gregarious. That's fine by me. Yes, marry the king. Yeah, my bastard daughter, oh sorry, my cousin can marry the King of England. That seems fine by me. Well, maybe I shouldn't have done that though, because I do not have a non-aggression pact with her. With him. I thought that was like, I thought actually this was probably giving me the non-aggression pact at the time. How do you feel about battle axe? It's a really nice arming sword. Oh, okay, I think the gifts, the artifact gifts actually might be different depending on what level of rank you are. That actually makes a lot of sense if they did that as a change. And let me see, award honorary title. You will be master. You will be a master of the horse as well. Does that get me the non-aggression pact? Yes. Good. He just wanted a title or two, and you know, who can blame him for that? The Scandinavian Knights have absolutely no problem dealing with the Canarian rebel. That's what we should call someone from the Canaries, right? The Canarian rabble. Okay, we get some victory there. Kingdom of Rus. Oh, there's a new Kingdom of Rus, though. Yeah, okay. He offers the non-aggression pact, but he's got a pretty good opinion of me. Oh yeah, he just does. He just does. Oh, he's gay. That's actually good because I am a seducer, and that actually means that's pretty good. Disaster. Your fellow Lucifer's own Abelin has been caught by Court Chaplain Deagle's followers. They have spared no time as they burn her on the stake. Oh, that's not cool. That ain't cool, chicken dog. Okay, we don't really care what holy person we burn or sacrifice for God. So we're just gonna try. Do we have enough dark power to attempt a kidnapping? Let me see. Sacrifice to Iblis. Yeah, he's not an actual holy man. Let me see. I think, yeah, it has to be within your realm, so... Sure, this random church probably attempt to abduct. We'll see how well that goes for me. So far, the devil worship powers have not been doing me well in recent times. Okay, Castillo is doing really bad, Galicia is doing a bit better, but they're still not doing well, either of them. I'm gonna wait a couple months more to see if I can get myself to like 55k. Or should I? Let me see. English generating 11,000, France generating 10,000. Yeah, I think I'm actually just gonna try to rally the forces right now. Sail over here. Revolt armies, French armies. Okay, French revolt, French armies. Let's see what else we got. The Irish force is about 2,000. That's actually not. That is like not nothing. The Dublin force. Yeah, that's actually another 1,000 we can throw down there. That seems fine. How many troops are we getting from Rye anyway? 1,000. How much is Scotland giving me? 2,800, which is actually not great. But I believe that's probably worth doing right now. Oh, sorry. Let's pause here. Go here. Scots go into boats, and there you go. And then we actually have to also get the Swedish and the Swedish, Danish, and just the Swedish and Danish troops really going. So the Swedish, the Danish, and the Norwegian troops. Yeah, actually, Scandinavia itself isn't giving me that many troops, which is a bit sad. I'll approve this game. Hopefully, that'll end us up getting a nice, good kidnapping. Also, I noticed that this thing Steam thing is getting that in the way. Let's get that out of the way so people can see the map, although the map here doesn't really do much, and I don't actually really have any custom map mode, and I haven't really looked at them. Oh, you can look at them, drag them from over here to do like that. I see limited use in that. I guess if you, like, I guess I could put, like, direct vassals, because that's a really useful one. And after that, I could probably take defensive pacts, because I look at that one a lot. But, oh yeah, okay, yeah, of course, they've got shortcuts. It's kind of weird. It's just one of those things you never really considered doing, even though you've played this game for hundreds of hours. 168 boats isn't quite enough boats. 125 boats, that's probably... Wait, that's actually enough for 10,000 or like a 16,000. Yeah, actually, never mind. I think these are actually enough boats. Although that actually might have been the reason not to put the slow kid to be in charge of Sweden. It probably could have been good to have someone with decent martial. Maybe that would push the amount of troops generated by a mob by like a little bit, but I don't know, I just didn't consider it, especially since like his domain isn't that big of a part of it anyway. Yeah, his domain isn't that big anyway, big part of either anyway. So it would be the local rulers that I couldn't really do much about changing at the moment anyway. Oh, there's actually the other two that we gotta consider before putting up there is the. Oh yeah, also remember, kids, no matter what they tell you in geography class, you should remember the capital of France is obviously somewhere in. I can never remember. When it comes to Estonia, Lithuania, and when it comes to essentially Lithuania, Estonia, and the other third one, I can never remember in what order the three of them are, but essentially like those countries. But do remember, in the Gulf of Finland, just there on the Russian end of things, that's where the capital of France is, and that's just normal. Yeah, that's actually one thing that I can really confidently say after playing Crusader Kings. The notion of border gore does not bother me. Like, I've seen some of the other people I know that are playing this, that have played this game, or something like EU4, and I've like looked at various states of countries and been like, ugh, when there's like this country has like 2 counties that is inside the other country, and then the other country has like one that kind of goes into the border of the other one. Basically something like this, just this bit of a mess. Although that's actually not too bad. Like this is a bit disgusting to the people who really don't like border gore. This is pretty egregious, actually. Wait, no. The Jerusalem era is probably the best. Yeah, now there we have border gore. Especially if we go to independent realms, you're like, yeah. See, Jerusalem has these things. Wait. We have an actual Muslim there, or is that just the sign? Or is this a city that is not under us? Is that an independent city? That is an independent city. Would he offer vassalization even if we send him a gift, I wonder? Yeah, no, he wouldn't. Yeah, okay. Essentially the actual city of Al-Karak or whatever. In Karak, and it's also the funny thing. I actually hold Jerusalem in my realm, although that was mostly an unintentional side effect of conquering France. I just kind of landed it somehow. I also have a couple of holdings here and there, just somehow, which is probably fine. But okay, I was looking for, what I was doing before I got distracted over looking over things was gathering up the Polish, Russian, and the capital troops. I think it's probably for the best. Okay, we got like 13,000, so we need like 130 boats. Does Denmark generate enough? Just barely, not enough. Norway probably generates enough boats. Yeah, more than enough boats. Actually, yeah, I think that's actually probably nice. Just do that. Get there in the Gulf, and then we're also going to add the Danish ships when the actual troops get a bit closer to it. I think we can probably win the Galician war anyway. Like, they've actually got to have been... Yeah, like, see, they're actually just going down the event spawn troops, and I don't think they'd regenerate. So, essentially, the second wave is probably going to be relatively effective in taking down their strength. Okay, now that we're over here, we're just gonna pass there. Yeah, they're just gonna go there by that way. They're gonna go over there. We're maintaining some expensive boats, but that's fine, because we got cash. Not mad cash, but we got cash. Approve the scheme. It's probably just gonna come out. Poof, idiots. Okay. People, I don't think I'm using them too liberally. And come on, I may worship the devil, but at least I'm trying to throw out way worse devils than me. Like, I'm not Aztecs. The Aztecs are worse. Okay, we got 3,000 coming in from there, along with... Yeah, so we got about 6,000 more troops coming in there. How far are these troops along to actually getting over to Stolp? Fairly. I actually really wish you could set up alerts to when your troops have completed certain, their actions to a certain extent. Okay, a random bastard was born to my dynasty. That's fine. Okay, yeah, the English revolt, the revolt troops, the English troops, and the French troops. We'll put those together. It feels a little odd to me that there's a revolt going on, and then the liege that is above both of those goes, "Hey, I know you're having a civil war right now, but would it be nice if you could just get along for a second and fight in my name?" You know, you don't have to do all this sort of hassling and this fighting about it. You don't have to do that. You just join up in the same army and come charge some Aztecs. I mean, isn't that something that we can all agree on? That no matter how much we dislike each other, we can always say that Aztecs are worse. That's at least something. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna land in Bordeaux with my 7k troops. And we're also going to disband. Let's see what else we got there. 7,000 troops over here. We're actually just going to sail them over here. Oh no, sorry. Oops. We haven't actually. We're going to wait until the big army over here shows up. I don't know why they are using the French model. I mean, they're unified, so they should probably be showing a Scandinavian soldier instead of a French soldier at the moment. Maybe it's like a majority thing, but that doesn't make sense because England has more troops than France. I don't actually know how the priority of that goes. Maybe it goes in of wherever the generals come from, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense either. I wonder why that is. Okay, what we're gonna do is that we're gonna put... Ugh, these commanders are just no good. So that was what we're gonna do. We're going to hopefully join court, yes. Some good generals. Invite to court. Invite to court. And invite to court. This is at least good enough for now, so let's charge them. King Joseph has declared Polish war for Count Kristen's claim on... Wait. Interesting. Don't really care to arrest my steward that really likes me. I'm going to keep this information to myself. Because I don't really care. Oh, you accepted my invitation forthwith. That's actually quite gracious of you. Because I am going to make you a commander. You're going to be my commander. And you're going to... Are you sure? Wait, let me see. 18. You're going to be my commander. Also, yeah, you're fired as a commander, and you're going to be put in there instead, and you're fired as a commander, and... Yeah, the 18 will have 23, 22, 20. Yeah, so we actually have some pretty good essentially we have pretty good commanders in our armies in general. Like, I am someone who doesn't really have it. Do I really need the more? Like, I don't think I need the more kids anymore. So I'm actually kids anymore. I don't think I have any levers that are left. I have 2 relatively old levers. I think I'm gonna get one more lover, and then switch focuses. Because I don't really care about. I was just kind of trolling around, hopefully trying to get something out of it, but it doesn't seem to be working too well. So what I'm gonna do is just search all. Because I'm mostly just looking for baby making. I don't really, for the purposes of baby making, I don't care that she's black, but I care that she's 57 years old. We want something young. 20. Actually, let's put it on join court any. Gender women. It doesn't quite work. 41 isn't good enough. This, however, does work. Oh, yeah, also we gotta, forget it. We also gotta check married now. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. 32 isn't too bad. That's 10, that's 20, 30? That's like 30 fertility, which isn't too bad. This is a bit younger. It has like a bad inherited trait though, which is, oh, they're both out of contact, so it doesn't matter. Okay, try diplomacy instead. I'm mostly just doing that because the higher education types of both diplomacy and stewardship provide fertility bonuses. Ooh, this one is pretty tasty. I'm actually just gonna buy a favor from her, invite her to the court, and then seduce her, hopefully. Hopefully that'll work. I don't think, yeah, she's lowborn, so. My niece had a daughter, don't care. Let me see, 3, 2, 1. Enter, perfect. I'm going to invite to court. Use the favor to do that. She's probably gonna like me enough to be converted to Catholicism. I do that mostly just to make sure that the bastard children she leaves behind are going to be Catholic as well. Send gift. Demand religious conversion. Yeah, I'm not going to become Russian. Prove the scheme. Maybe it'll actually work. We're slightly negatives in money, but that's fine. Idiots. Don't seem to be doing any good on that front. Do we still have some ships raised? We have the ships raised over there, and we just need to wait a little bit until we get the last 6k troops or so that are over there. We've got 8k troops there. That's fine. We're essentially going to wait until a battle started before we land, probably, or land. Yeah, with 33,000, we can smash through these stacks just fine. And then there's just those stacks left. Hopefully, if we can be smart about it. Submit to your council forthwith. I also, now that she is a proper Catholic, I'm now going to seduce her. She's probably secretly a Muslim, but that's probably fine. She's going to have a very tough time of influencing anyone anyway. Let's just do that. In the meantime, let's take a look at what's happening over here. Yeah, we're probably going to be able to assault that as well. Let me see, this is the 26-year-old, okay, I'm going to rekindle our love, specifically because I do really want to keep her in order to essentially baby make. The death of Bishop Grimm has left me without an apprentice and an assistant. I shall mourn over his passing. On God to Grimm. Okay, instead, Johann. You're just gonna be my court bishop for now. That's fine. Like, I don't really care that you're. He's gonna eventually get out of the the whole epidemic. Up in the epidemic a little bit of thing, because we're actually beyond the epidemic now. There's like very little of it left. We got a bit of slow fever in Scandinavia, but that's fine for the most part. Yeah, despite of our failures so far, let me see. Alto Aragon is getting inherited someone who I don't really care about. Ooh, my wife is pregnant. That's actually quite good. Also, I gotta check up on the assassination plan. $42, definitely. How much is a gift to the... Okay, this is a baron, so his gift is probably a lot cheaper. And it's like the same percentage anyway. That'll probably get our plot power up. We also... Is it next rank that we get to summon familiar, or do I just not have enough power? Summon familiar... Yeah, okay, we need dark power 1500. We're just gonna have to wait until we get that. Are they attempting to reinforce it? I don't think so. Just to make sure the ticking war score doesn't happen after the 2 days, we're just gonna... let me see. My brethren are not having much luck in their attempts to abduct Bishop Knut. Perhaps Lucifer's own are not influential enough to pull it off. Should I call it off? It's a random. Like, if I can't kidnap this one, I can't kidnap anyone. Like, to be fair, I believe the order has 48% influence, which is relatively low. I mean, especially if you look... Oh, it has a higher influence rate than anything except the Benedictine order, so that's something. Yep. Yeah, 500 in the city. Yeah, definitely just... Damn. And then we march south to go on those. Okay, we're down to 5428. That's fine. That's actually one of the reasons why I really wanted to be part... I kind of went out of my way in order to be able to be part of both the Castilian and Galician War, specifically so that my battles count for at least some war score to make sure they don't get to the 100%. Yeah, it feels to me like the Aztec numbers are like an Aztec soldier seems to be worth less than a traditional European knight or soldier or whatever. So if you're already outnumbering them, it seems like you have a very hard time losing. Like, it could be just because my troops are like seemingly fairly good. Like, that could well be that my soldiers are just a bit above the grade, but it still feels like when I fought anyone else, it still feels like I'm more advantaged against the Aztecs than anyone else. So maybe that their numbers are just a bit bloated, because it bloated while not being as threatening as that implies. I'm not in the mood to, I have such a low income right now. I'm not in the mood to get into debt. Like, my money is seemingly very low because I got a lot of requests. I believe the warriors can be discouraged from associating with conspiratorial factions. Let me see. Factions. Which faction is this guy in? He's not in any factions, so yeah, whatever. We will do nothing until now. For now. Yeah, there are no factions really that are dangerous. Heck, I believe some of them aren't even that bad if they succeed. Okay, and that one's bad. Yeah, actually, they're all bad if they succeed, but they're so low on the scale right now. To my liege, the raffish rogue Frode. It has not escaped me several of your commands lack formal training in military tactics. I would like to offer my services in training of Zebor, Hans, and Kalistos in the use of advanced battlefield stratagems. A most generous offer. I will owe him. Winter Soldier? Fuck that. Something that is only useful half the year. Really? Nah. I'm honestly not a big fan of a Winter Soldier. Like the attrition, I believe it has also has attrition reduction or something. It's kind of hard to tell. Let me see. Let's look at my minor titles. Let's look at at one of my commanders. This one has cavalry leader. Was it? Which one of it was that was actually? This one doesn't have any. Oh yeah, actually the traits are over here. That's actually quite nice. Yeah, this one's actually pretty good. Yeah, like my best commander over here is pretty good. This one, defender is also actually something that I actually don't mind, because it may seem that minus 10% damage is bad, and it technically is, but generally speaking, if you're already winning a battle, this is a good trait because you basically tend to just take less damage. It's only really a bad thing in fairly. I think it's only really a bad thing. I only really think it's a bad thing against something with very high damage anyway. Against something with medium. Actually, maybe it isn't. I'm actually not sure how good this is. Trickster is just straight up. It's straight up better than not having it. Like, it doesn't have any drawback really. But it is kind of hard to find out what various stats do in Crusader Kings. Because, like, hiring Marshal is good for the things over here, but it's hard to find the exact numbers that generate it. Some people could probably tell me what they do. Okay, let me see. Okay, in skirmish phase, the armies. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I know what I know is that the biggest part about knowing the combat system is the skirmish and the melee phase. And essentially, in the skirmish phase, generally speaking, Sophia, your archers matter more. Archers and your cavalry matters more than your infantry. What is he down to? 43,000. Oy, oy, oy. All the troops are aboard. That's about 14 more. We're just gonna try to reinforce that from the sea. Yeah, he doesn't have any brothers. That's all good. All good in the hood. Plus 82, Jesus. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one, and because this one's probably not too expensive, or am I wrong? Okay. Yeah, I actually don't have any money for any other gifts, but for 82%, that probably has to be their Spy Master or something. Yeah, Spy Master. So if I have their Spy Master, they're probably going to, it's probably going to go decently for me. Like, they're occupying a bunch of stuff, but they're not really doing anything else. Their war score is down significantly. My attrition is 5. 2.8%. That's actually not too bad for attrition. We can probably deal with that. I believe we're currently essentially being matched by the reinforced speed. Come on. Come on, come on. We're gonna update. Let me see. My cousin wants to join the Teutonic Order. A cousin that has nothing good to offer to me anyway. Sure, go and join the Teutonic Order. That's fine. You have some chance of becoming the Grand Master, and if you do, I might be able to vassalize the Teutonic Order, so I think that's just fine. Also, I'm not sacrificing a character of any worth. Ooh, Abu has managed to get one of the maids near Abdul Hakam. For a surprisingly sum, she's agreed to solve our little problem for us. That's all good. Who is she married to? Yeah, she's married to the Abadite, the Catholic Abadite, who essentially converted after losing a holy war. Let me see, 8th of August. I think I'm actually going to do it that way, because that means we're going to fight less troops and it's going to be harder. Okay, they're retreating back. That's fine. We're just going to go for it then. We also have the reinforcements coming by ship. Maybe we should have probably just let that happen. Because now, 28, 34. Actually, given where the ship is at, I think this is fine. Yeah, in the first few siege stations even, we're hitting their morale pretty hard. Success! Abdul Hakam was smothered with a pillow by the maid we had bribed. She wasn't caught, and no one in this has any reason to put this blame on me. Oh, Castile. Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't know they had put that audio file in there. Look, that was creepy. Oof. But, oh no, mother-in-law. I'm so sorry that my brother-in-law was killed while my pregnant, currently now heir to the kingdom is there. I'm so sad. Oh, with the tragedy, this world is so cruel. Oh no. Honestly, I think our commanders are probably it looks like we're winning for somehow, even though actually we're still outnumbering them by not too big of a margin. Actually, it's like okay, now is the time where we hit them. He is already Viceroy of Norway, so it's not too bad. Am I voting for Einar of Scandinavia? Yeah, I'm voting for Einar of Scandinavia, because honestly, Christian, I believe the one, okay, since the top two are currently in mind, I think I'm just going to vote for who I'd want to be voted in. Are there no geniuses? Oh yeah, because I can't vote for women yet. Which also reminds me. It's, I think, been a real long while since I've changed those laws. Yeah, but I can't get up to notable unless we have a tolerance of at least 5, and we have a tolerance of like 3, 4, 5. We already have, what was it? We already have significant, but we need... Yeah, we need 2 more to get access to notable. We're actually, yeah, we should have managed this smarter, because we managed this in a very dumb way. We probably shouldn't have gone as gun-ho as we did, but I think we can probably salvage this. Yeah, we've got about 25k left. Those guys are down to like 36. We can probably grind them down. We've inherited the tribe. It's Catholic now, 139. Just because I want this to happen sooner, I'm just gonna... This might not be the smartest thing, but I'm actually just gonna borrow from the Jews, because I personally find it very irritating to have one of those there, so I'm just gonna make a market city, and that hopefully is gonna convert. The Aztecs have sacrificed Kurdai Khan to their demon gods after bringing him to one of their new temple pyramids. Their wicked priests... this historical fiction scenario is just one that I am not a big fan of. I think we just need to endure, is essentially it. Retreat over there, recover the morale. In the meantime, Like we did, we are causing some casualties, I believe. We're losing a man every now and then. We lost about 10,000 men, but are we? But the good question is, are we reinforcing? Reinforcing 38 soldiers a month. Let me see. Supply limit 25. 24. Let's actually try to be... Okay, let's be a bit smarter about this. Let's try to be a bit sneaky. The problem is all of their stacks are being so close to one another. My courtier Gorislav wants to join her for Lark over in the Spiz. There is a turbulent breach who has been antagonizing for zone for some time. It is time to teach the air control medalists and manners. Time to deuce off my acting skills. We found the Celis in Spiz praying in seclusion. Gorislava snuck from behind and gave him a fool a card kick in the head. As I gave devotion to Belfagor, Gorislava proceeded to relieve herself on the comatose priesture. Then the butchery committed, tore the countryside, masquerading the priest with baggy clothes and enough guarantee that one of us can probably manage a passing likeness. Host a decadent feast in the idiot's name. Host a decadent feast in the idiot's name. Let's do that. Let me see. Gorislav and I staged a lavish feast in the abode of the dead priest, taking care only to invite dignitaries who weren't all well acquainted. The guests were shocked at the dancers, the half-naked musicians, and the heady smoke from the exotic incense. But when we brought in the prostitutes, half the guests stood up and left, and the other half were delighted. But what will people think? Think of your servants now, God. That's 100 extra dark power. What is my dark power at? 374. Huh, 30k. We gotta again keep being a bit smart about this, and we might actually be able to just keep the grind down on the Aztecs, because it does look like we are grinding them down slowly but surely. They started out at, I believe, like 120k or something, and we've essentially killed the 2/3 of them, and they do not seem to be recovering manpower at all. So I think it's probably fair to say that... Oh, we're getting a year. Maybe I should remove autosaves just for this case, but I'm just don't want to do that, even though it might, skip those sort of pauses when I might be talking about something or whatever, but... Wants to marry. A random kinswoman of mine, King of Aragon. Does she have claims on a random duchy, King of Aragon? Yeah, I don't care. Sure. Okay, my son, Countess of Buchan. Sure, it's a random. Sure, it's a random count, but it's a random count that will become of my dynasty, which seems pretty fine. Because the supply limit in there is only 25k, so we're going to take some attrition if we go through there, but we're going to use attrition. Oh wait, how many troops or soldiers are that? Okay, that's a joke, a real joke of an army, so we're not really going to take any attrition for that either. Yeah, I also think as long as we're not on a river penalty, we might actually end the battle before before like at least this 10,000 stacks gets there. Wait, where was did the 10,000 stack go over there? Actually, I think he might have. Oh, you know, there he is. There he is. Okay, without river penalties, I think this engagement is probably fine, and I think this actually might be the way we beat the Aztecs back anyway. Not by cleverly outwitting them, but just attacking them constantly over and over again. Because the thing is, we don't contribute a lot of negative war score if we lose. Ooh, my wife is pregnant again. What was her first kid? Oop. Okay, that's actually quite good. He will be the heir to the Kingdom of Castile. Hopefully. She's 43, so I'm actually pretty safe that she's not gonna... I'm pretty secure that she's not going to I'm pretty sure that she's not gonna have any more kids, and since her eldest already has a daughter, has a son, that doesn't and is pregnant with a second child, it doesn't seem likely that we won't get that one. Let me see. News from across the sea. Rumors reached Europe of a titanic struggle taking place across the Great Sea in the homeland of the Aztecs. The Aztecs themselves rarely discuss it with outsiders, but it seems that they have been locked in deadly war with sometime with the Tawantinsuyu, a great empire from the mountains and jungles far to the south of Tenochtitlan. They are ruled by the Sapa Inca, who are allegedly direct descendants of some kind of sun god. If the stories are to believe, the warriors of the Inca are armed with mysterious thundersticks capable of felling a man from great distance. The Aztec have only recently been able to halt their advance, in large part thanks to their mounted warriors riding horses imported from Europe. Thunderstick sun gods, I have no time for this nonsense. Which is just kind of my general reply to this entire mod. Or, well, it's not a mod, it's a... what should I call it? Okay, I want to actually reinforce Castile over there, because they'll have even if after I reinforce, they'll have the river crossing penalties, and we'll probably be able to grind down that 9,000 stack. Ooh, my kinswoman. Sure, I don't care. Yeah, this is gonna be a crush, because the moment my troops show up there, because, like, see, they're slightly winning the fight, it seems, before their army is now thrice theirs. Wait, did they win? No, one of the battle wars ended for some reason, or did we just lose the alliance with Galicia? Yeah, we lost the alliance with Galicia somehow. Oh, okay. They're not actually at war anymore. They must have offered a white peace to Galicia then. Okay, and then we march straight there, because if we can just barely make it there, it'll be very good. Like, even if we start the battle with the penalty, it'll be fine, but it's insane. Yeah, we missed it by a day. Because we could have had them keep the river penalties, which would have been insane. What are they down to? They're down to 22,000. At least I think there's an achievement in this for me. That's something. I'll get to hear a happy little sound as the image will show you accomplished something today. That'll make me feel a little bit better about it, but it seems that I'm losing this fight for some reason. No, I'm not. It's just my morale's taking more damage than I expected. We're down to 4. Are we just wiping their stacks now? They don't seem to get retreats anymore. They just seem to just. Okay, no, they're getting retreats. Yeah. Okay. Even if we, yeah, this battle's gonna be over before we do, but. Let me see. As the farmers prepare the sowing crops, your court chaplain suggests you bring the likelihood of a bountiful. Sure. That seems fine. I'll show them my beautiful, beautiful crown of thorns that totally came from Jesus. I don't really care if I have river penalties. It's still gonna be a crush, I feel. Or is it? Yeah, it was probably a good idea to do it that way. Okay, I think that we need to be a bit smart about this, and hopefully maybe get some of their stacks. We got 17 fighting 15. Like, I think as long as we don't, I think we're probably winning the fight as long as we don't get river penalties, or if our morale starts damaged. Yeah. Also, I'm just gonna stack the army the money to deal with the. Wait, did I already lose the county? No, I didn't. But why am I not getting nomad agitation from this county anymore? I don't seem to be getting that alert for some reason. I do not understand why. Oh no, it is. I was just missing it. Yeah, and how much does it cost to build something? It only costs about 461 to make a castle there, so I'm gonna make a castle there, just give it to the count. That'll all be good. Let me see, we've got about 400 soldiers from the Abadid, which are not independent. Yeah, they're vassals of Castile. Your court chaplain Johann burst into your chamber, flanked by several armed men dragging Duke Olaf the Drunkard with him in chains. My emperor, this man has been openly claiming allegiance to the old Christians. What shall be done with him? Burn the apostate? Throw the apostate in the dungeon. He's imprisoned by Emperor. Oh, Emperor for this opinion of Duke Olaf changes by -100. Duke Olaf gets branded apostate, giving the following his monthly piety 0%. General opinion -10. Duke Olaf gains the term excommunicated. Bring out the branding iron. Isn't this the same option? Oh yeah, this also imprisons him. I'm going to say throw the apostate into the dungeon. And I'm gonna ransom him for money. Like, that's the thing. Any amount of sin can simply be solved by having less money. Or less or more money. Okay, actually, let's go over there. Wait. Why can't I upgrade that to a city? Should be able to upgrade that to a city, right? If it is a county capital and the county is big enough, city and temple holdings will be created if they do not already exist. Let me see. Do I already have 2 cities there? No, I only have 1 city there, so this should be fine. Grant landed title, Rika tribe. Yeah, that should probably quickly change it to a city. E-chain's got the ransom. Now we're just gonna go over here and we're gonna create. Oh, we can only make a temple. Oh yeah, because that's how this stupid thing works. Just make an earth hill fort. Well, how much money are we making? Okay. Does fighting from this direction negate the penalty? I wonder. Kalistos. Hans. Okay, commander. Okay, let's actually search. Join court, yes. Any, yes. Marshal. And invite to court. The King of England isn't that bad of a commander. He can command this army. And for some reason we only get to see the French figurine happen here, which actually I guess it kind of makes sense, because if we combine the French troops with the French revolt troops, the French culture is probably the most dominant soldier type. I think starting this fight without, if we're not getting river penalty, seems fine. How many kids do I have at this point? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, that's not bad. Stop seduction, court. Should be not at the bottom, but close to the bottom. Like it was, sorry, find, okay. Come on, find character. Any, court. Women. Come on, she was here somewhere. Did she leave or die? Let me see. I'll actually try to do this one. There we go. I think I'm probably going to wait when it comes to the dark influence until we have the full 800. Okay, actually, let me see. Are there any events we can do? I'm actually going to repay the loan because it's just annoying not to have that done. Thanks to attrition and other factors, even if they put their stacks together, we still outnumber them. They don't seem interested in throwing more soldiers under the bus. Fine by me. Child focus. You're gonna be intrigue. You're gonna be martial. You're gonna be duty.
Would I rather have, like, that's Anders one I'm currently voting for. Harold, not impressed, to be honest. Christian, I'm honestly not impressed. Honestly, this guy, when it comes to, I haven't been that great when it comes to stat. I'm probably just gonna keep voting for Einar because he has the better stats. Dynasty. He's a Duke of a relevant county. He's all good stats. I wouldn't have minded getting Frederica, which is what, Spymaster of Ingria, and among other things, but this guy is actually quite great. He doesn't have genius, but despite that, he's really good. He's relatively young. I'm actually gonna vote for him. Like, as long as someone of my dynasty is getting there anyway, I'm gonna send him a gift, and I would like to offer you an integration pact. Oh yeah. He's a legitimized bastard, but he's got just very good at a lot of things. He's got a decent. Okay, I'm gonna get a divorce after if I play him, but heck, if this guy gets in, I would be a lot happier than getting one of these bozos. Let me see. Arranged matrilineal marriage. Kinsman. 2 of my kinsmen with. Sure. That just means there'll be more people of my dynasty. Because I actually wonder, what is my living dynasty member count at this point? It's 272. That is a sizable dynasty. 117 currently living. That is sizable, especially considering there were only like two or so 200 years ago. So
We don't get any river penalties. I need more practice. I think I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get that level, then I'm gonna change over to a stewardship. How old am I? I'm like 40? Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna get reinforced slightly. They're occupying a lot of things, but I think I'm not gonna bother with taking down the occupations. I think I'm actually just gonna make sure that there are no Aztec soldiers left alive. Yeah, actually, if I can grab Castile through Inherited, I'll essentially have just so much land. There's a fair chance that the King of Jerusalem will lose his title in a few years. He's getting a lot of that occupied. Let me see, Jerusalem. He's got Canconian 4 through the city. Yeah. Wait, what? Oh, he's kinda, okay, okay, there's one of the Merchant Republic families is trying to take the house. Tuck the city there. That seems fine. Let me see, I'm going to leave her a note to meet me by the stream. I will, let me see, Mastermind Theologian, she's patient. Sure, I'll confess my love. The virtuous trying this one? I think we'll only take a couple of rounds. I can't negotiate for peace. But, oh yeah, also I think I'm gonna set that fleet down. Fleet down. There we go. Okay, 20th December. Yeah, they're no longer retreating. We're just going to go after them immediately and hope the fact that they have no living troops essentially ends the war. Has not responded. I'm going to say I won't give up just yet. I think this actually is a good one. I think it's worth waiting for this one. Court Chaplain. I actually might want him to not to do the default thing. Yeah, I want him to. Yeah, I'm gonna convert that Orthodox. Theory. Let me see. You should show more ambition. If it's fine, I don't need that. I don't need more competition. He's my son. Sure, more ambition. That seems fine. Just a bunch of ambition. Sure, that also could show more ambition. It's 1262. It's almost 200 years since we started, and we've really have forged an empire here. That is not an exaggeration. And it has been, fortunately for us, it's been a relatively enduring empire as well. Even with the penalties, we're going to beat that out. Are they going to be a managed retreat? No, they're not. With the amount that we outnumber them and probably how their commanders are going to end up, this is probably going to do us pretty well. Oh, their commanders are really good. But I don't think they'll have the numbers to actually win. Make a loot suggestion. Which is strong in this one. Let's demand a religious conversion. Let's send gift. Yeah, even with the river penalties, just how much we outnumber them and the fact that we have horses and they don't. Let's rekindle our love. That seems fine. Is this enough to stack wipe them, I wonder? I really hope that this is a stack wipe, actually. I lose honest. Yeah. There we go. Okay, my granddaughter Amelia. Oh, well, that actually I wonder. Can I vote for my granddaughter Amelia? I wonder. No, because I can't. I can't vote for untitled women. Oh, sorry, I can vote for women, but
I can't vote for women that aren't close enough to me, I think. But those are kinswomen. Okay. Yeah, but let me see. Those are kin... Yeah, but they're kinswomen with claims. Pretty clear symbolism, I should say. So... A leaf of Holslingerland. Yeah, I like this over the guy's stats and traits overall better. He's also a bit younger, so I'm just gonna keep voting for him. And hope that gets me there going. Like, sure, I'm the only guy voting for him, but... Okay, that has to be a stat wipe. 14 to 1. Not a whole lot of places to go. Yeah, their morale's almost entirely gone. Come on, don't retreat. Be cut to ribbons. Be gone. Be gone, foul spawn. Be gone. Quote, love poetry. Let our love grow, and now that I've gotten up to a decent amount of lovers again, I'm going to switch my focus from seduction, because I think my family is pretty stable enough as it is. I got plenty of kids to throw for alliances and stuff if I need it, but now I think I just want the rulership to get more money, and maybe a chance to get an education type. Yeah. I'm gonna summon a familiar. I'm gonna get the Raven because I mostly need the stewardship. Because yeah, now my stats are all getting a nice little boost from that. How high ranking am I right now? I am a conjurer. Attempt to abduct. He's not involved. One of those true has witch hunter with our dark power greater to 50. Is landed. Has dark power greater than 150. Yeah, I have to have dark power 150. I don't think I have that. Yeah, I don't. Okay, yeah, we march over there. Also, yeah, Arthurfield Fort not quite there. Oh, actually, I forgot. Have I actually built the universities here? Yeah, I've built the two of the universities, but I haven't built the second stage, so I'm actually going to stack enough money for the second stage, because getting universities as early as possible is just a very good thing. Okay, another devil worshipper down. That's fine. A holy person. I wonder if any of the prisoners we would get count. Yeah, that's fine, but we honestly just want to keep him. I could usurp and then give him a viceroyalty, but it feels like the title that's actually just in my dynasty. It feels fine to just do that. Do we need to have a claim on it or something? I do claim on. I am pleased to hear the period of peace and shrewd management of country rule. So it was covered. Actually, I'm not going to get a chance to do this later, though. They have about 1,300 troops left, these stupid fuckers. We're gonna eventually grind down the darned Aztecs. They're eventually going to be ground down. It's going to be fine. We're not gonna have to deal with Aztecs anymore, and it's gonna be great.
Wait, are they allied or something? That's right, not the king, the queen. They're in the defensive pack against me, but that seems fine. Hmm. Two, one, and go. There we go. Okay, a county liberated. That also should eventually start generating troops for Castile to outsiege all the other ones. Yeah, sure. One of my bastard daughters. Where's my genius bastard daughter, though? It's that. Or is it such a... Or did I even have one? Don't think I had one. Never mind. Let me see. I can usurp it. Yeah, I think I'm going to actually. Let me see. Usurp my title, -40, desires the county, desires the kingdom. The kingdom of Scotland, 25. I don't think he's going to say yes, though. Okay, we're going to demand... Going to grant viceroyalty, kingdom of Scotland, though. Yeah, he's still fine with me now that he has a viceroyalty. He is no longer the king of Scotland, but the viceroy of Scotland. He still carries most of the same, pretty much all the same authorities that he used to, but he won't get to keep his inheritance unless he sticks to the Scandinavian bottom line, which is very important to me. Yeah. So essentially, having all of these viceroys is essentially good whenever you can have them. I have a viceroy in Sweden, Scotland, Ireland, and Finland. Although currently in Finland it's the same one, mostly just because I wanted to make sure that it was one that wouldn't cause trouble. Oh, these demon worshippers sure are not good at hiding the fact that they're demon worshippers. Intrigue. Dark divorce. They said in exchange for your spouse will be no more. Okay. Do I have 150? I do not, I believe, have the dark power. Actually, let's just find characters. All opinion of me. Can I not try to recruit for Satan? Must be a sinner. Oh yeah, she doesn't actually have any of the sins. A lot of virtuous people seem to still like me for some reason. Zealous, those are not sins. Okay, I don't even know what that wedding was. Wrath is a sin. She seems to like me a lot. I'll try to recruit this one for Satan. She seems to like me a lot. Ooh, my wife is pregnant again. That's actually quite good. That'll be the third kid by her. Good job. What is he trying to do? Run for the capital? He doesn't have enough troops to siege it. Meeting with, I'm sure, okay. No. Suspicion what if publicly has waited 3 months in Superior's recruitment. Okay, I'm gonna need to wait at least 3 months. I'm gonna at least try to recruit something for Satan. Jet fuel can't melt steel beams. Perfectly accurate, furry apper. Always nice to see you here. Prince Harold of Scandinavia. Yeah, we're just finishing off kicking the Aztecs out. Let me see. Your kinsmen. Sure, all my kinsmen become ambitious. What's the worst thing that can happen? Like as you can see here, there's a bunch of holdings here in the Castilian area that is being occupied. but they have almost no troops. They have, I believe, that is their last amount of troops. That is all of their troops. And let's just double check. They're not hiding from me somewhere, are they? Yeah, those are literally all their troops. All of them. Which is actually quite great, because we do not want to fight these Aztecs. And the Aztecs even popped up because I kind of forgot. Oops. Shit, I probably should have started a little stronger. They're probably going to escape, aren't they? Going to arrive in Toledo 28th, 25th. Okay, we're actually going to get them. Subject, major, okay, some random thing converted to my religion. That's great, great. Wait. Aztec invasion of Andalusia ended, white peace. Do I get the achievos? Or do I have to be directly the direct person that is being attacked in order to get the achievos? If that's so, that is bullshit. Like, I fought like 90% of this war. But at least we don't have to deal with the Aztecs anymore, and I've got a pretty good plan set together to try to take Castile from down right under them. For one thing, I'm married to the heir of Castile, who has 2 kids by me, and since the current queen of Castile is 45, it doesn't seem awfully likely that she's going to be able to get any more kids, get any more kids, or get any sons that might disinherit my wife. And we might be able to take over all of that territory peacefully, which would actually be pretty good. And the thing is, I wonder, do they have claims on each other's kingdoms now? Are they still the same dynasty? Are they both Jimina? Yeah, they're both Jimina. They've just they're just far enough down the line to the point where obviously they don't have claims on each other. Because I believe in both the earliest, I think the 2 or 3 earliest starts, they tend to start with claims on each other. Generally speaking, when it's someone of my dynasty versus someone who's not of my dynasty. She's 16 years old. She's my cousin. She's slothful, greedy. No, I don't want to take the dark power. I'm just going to send a gift. And I'm going to hope that... I'm going to see if I can recruit her to Vietnam. It's really weird, because whenever this event shows up, I usually pay the farmer out of my own coppers. Mostly just because it makes the guy happy, and it and it doesn't raise the revolt risk, because this is like local revolt leaks 10%, and this is local attack must for this is my capital county, so the 50% of my capital county for over over a year is okay. It might not be that close to 50, but it's probably going to be close. So I feel like that's probably better than just do that. And this thing is lose 50 gold. Sorry, he loses 50 gold and he becomes unhappy. And since he's a bit unhappy, I think I'm actually going to do this. Lift excommunication. Well, let me see. What are the negative opinions modifiers? Yeah, I have free investiture. That leaves them pretty good. And I'm also not crusading at the moment, because I believe the crusade in Anatolia is fail. Oh no, it's actually succeeding. I wonder who the highest contributor is. Oh no, I probably should have seen this coming. The Holy Roman Empire is going to get even bigger. Well, I thought I'd stop by until I found a Town of Salem game. Town of Salem. I wonder what that is. I have no idea. Let's see what's going on. I made certainly sure. Ugh, people don't seem to want to start worshipping Satan. Like, I don't know why. He's such a nice guy once you get to know him. Bishopric of Reeb. Attempt to abduct. Yeah, sure, attempt to abduct. That's probably going to be worth it. Excellent. It might take a while, but if it happens, then I can sacrifice him, and then I can
Get all of the dark power from that, and that should do me pretty well. And now the question is, should I be thinking about where to expand next? Because we are doing, when it comes to our empire, pretty well. Our reach extends all the way from tiny little Iceland all the way south. Wait. Yeah, it's really annoying that the Mongol Empire's colors are very close to our own. But it seems that in this game, the biggest players are us, obviously, because we're great. It seems like a game you'll like. What is a game of Town of Salem, anyway? But, yeah, the big players seem to be the Mongol Empire, although it's gotten a bit scattered over the year. Like, it's really border gory, because, like, it's not connected to the main line up, like, the eastern half here is not connected to anything right now. And then it's like kind of gets broken up here by the sea again. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's like in 7 or 8 partitions. That is a lot. So the question is, like, my threat is gone down a lot, though. It's down to like 77%, and like, as a matter of fact, right now, not everyone is even part of it, so I actually might be able to get a threat in, and without doing weird shenanigans, I might actually just be able to get a relatively standard war out. Okay, so, that's the thing. Yeah. Like, I could kick some of the cans. What ambition do I want? I think it's probably... Wait, what ambition? Okay, there we go. I want... If I go for 5 years of peace, this is going to be pretty good, but am I going to be able to be at peace for 5 years? I don't think so. I'm actually just going to go for national cash, stack up on a K, and when I stack up to a K, I'll get even more money. So that's great. I'm also going to just start extorting subjects immediately. 90. All subjects opinion by 10. Troer is wealthy. He can share part with the clergy of Uppsala. Has all the gold we need. Peasants of Riga can pay an extra tax, sure. Riga's tax rate sucks anyway. I'm not going to hold a grand tournament because there's just not a lot of reason for me to do that right now. It's a game where there's evil players and good players. You don't know who's good or bad. And the good players need to kill the bad guys and vice versa. Okay, is it like a werewolf thing made into a video game type of thing? That's pretty interesting. I am a longtime player of Battlestar Galactica, the board game, and I really dig that. Okay, another daughter. That is actually quite fine, because we've got a decent. We've got like, we're a little bit weighted towards daughters now, but we're mostly fine. Approve the scheme. One of these days. That's as much as I can simplify it. You know, I might actually check that out. Sure, Prithborn, you must save my Joanna. Seriously, like this is never this is never succeeding at all. Wait, successful crusade for Anatolia. Praise be the Blessed Virgin. The good thing is they're actually not getting that much territory out of it, but damn is Anatolia border gored. Just look at this mess. We've got a little bit of Khotan, we've got a little bit of Mongol Empire. Are the Mongol Empire Sunni now? Or are they themselves Sunni? Okay, no. The Kagan is still still Tengri, but a bunch of his vassals are obviously Sunni. While little Johann Seo still seems slightly weaker than the other children her age, I swear she is much more interesting than she was a couple weeks ago. She might not be out of the woods yet, but the worst has passed. Okay, that seems pretty good. What else we got here? Yeah. And actually, if you haven't noticed, I actually did bother to put a follower notification up, and it actually did seem to work. At least the last 2 times someone did follow, so that's pretty cool. Someone who I don't care about wants to kill someone who I don't care about. That's fine. We're just gonna stack to the 1000K,
Okay, they're making a weaponsmith, which is kind of annoying because I kind of wanted to keep making the castle so they can get the nomad agitation out of the way, but can't be bothered with that because this county's probably going to be lost in nomad agitation, which is really annoying. There's 104 characters, and I think they all can do real unique things. Okay, that sounds actually pretty interesting. That is something that is definitely something that I might actually have to check out. Bandits have raided the siege camps outside of. Am I getting raided? I'm getting raided by a host in Jerusalem. Although I can actually raise the French troops from here, but the French troops are only like 4.2k. Not gonna bother. It's gonna get raided. We're gonna lose some valuable tax from that county, but it's not directly in my demesne. It's in fact inside of the vassal, so the percentage of that tax that I'm actually getting is so low. Since Tour is excommunicated, I don't know what, yeah, both King Tour and some other random guy are executed, so we can try to imprison him, but it's only 1% of chance, and I don't really wanna, we do kinda wanna keep him in, though. Oh, that actually reminds me of the thing that I want my diplomat to do. I want to keep the King of Rus as the King of Rus. Actually, unless one of the if one of the revolters is fighting for someone of my dynasty to be put in it from Russian revolt for Briekislav. Name Briekislav is not of my dynasty, so you can Sigurd of Russian revolt. Sigurd of Russian revolt. I don't care, but in this revolt, I am going to say peace with Rus, because I do not want you to topple the king. Excellent. 20. Sure, I lose 100 prestige. I think, did he over favor? Did both of those revolts end? Oh yeah, he was probably pushing a weak claim, and now that the war is off, it just doesn't work anymore. I think that's probably it. When did I get these counties? I do not remember getting these counties. Wait. Let me see. County of Cherno, history, inherited. Wait, there's still Machiavelli, who's a Fraticelli, but when did this happen? What the heck? I do not remember when this happened. This is interesting. Because I am not the one responsible for the two Scandinavian counties straight between Hungary and the Byzantines. There's also some Muslim Byzantine vassals. No, I'll just have to be patient. Pancake134 says J Fitz. Thank you for being part of the chat there. Okay, that's actually the thing that I probably should try to figure out, is whether I do want to push for war anywhere. Because the only thing is, I do kind of want to hope that I can somehow get a claim on the Byzantine Empire, or no, sorry, on the Holy Roman Empire, because that actually would be pretty sweet. Actually, do I have any claimants of claimants in the Holy Roman Empire? I actually do a duke here. I actually have a few people of my dynasty that actually have a weak claim. Of course, he wouldn't join my court, but I believe she's already my duke. Oh, actually, the Duke of Crimea. Okay, that actually of my dynasty somehow. I don't remember that how that happened, but it happened. Dionysus. This is a regular marriage, not a. If this was a royal marriage, maybe, but if she was matrinally married, those maybe, but like fighting the Byzantines would
seems like a huge hassle. But if I could somehow get a reasonable claim into it, that would be great. They've got elective, agnatic elective though. Let me see, actually, de jure empires. Although, there's actually one thing. If I somehow take over Croatia, as long as I can, Pancake 1 through 4, been watching for a while? Oh, thank you for watching. I'm mostly just kind of playing by myself and putting it on stream. I'm not really expecting a big audience, but it's always nice to hear someone hear from someone say, "Hey, you've been watching your stuff." And, that always feels nice. Okay, that's actually a good question. Maybe I can somehow take Croatia. This is the Virgin Queen, right? Yeah, that is the Virgin Queen. I believe she was celibate when she came onto the throne. Claim Croatia. Oh, yeah, but I have so many defensive pacts that it just does not work well. I also kind of want to make sure that I have... Actually, is this de jure part of the Empire? I don't think it is. No, that is de jure part of Carpathia. True intellectual right there. Yeah, that's fair to say. Okay, if I could somehow take Croatia and put that into my own hands, or... Let me see, it's not just Croatia or just any de jure duchy and keep it in my own realm. I would be a legitimate, as long as I keep that in my dynasty, I would be a legitimate voting target in the Byzantine Empire. So maybe I can vote my way into the Byzantine Empire. The same thing, like, you can kind of like go for the same thing with the Holy Roman Empire, but I feel like the odds of me getting a duchy somewhere in there seems less likely. Although, let me see. Christian defensive pact against them, defending against the Shade for Ascalon. Oh yeah, okay, he's helping out Jerusalem. Can I get could I get a non-aggression pact with Courtier? Arranged betrothal. Bastard daughter. Oh, he only has daughters. That is quite unfortunate, actually. Okay, because if I can get like Genoa, Genoa, which is probably like the bigger military port. I don't really care about those penalties, but I just do want a non-aggression pact with Genoa, and if I can maybe get a non-aggression pact with Venice as well. Oh, he actually has a son. How would your son like to be betrothed to my bastard daughter? He would very much like that. Oh yeah, Daphne. Okay, these areas of the Byzantine Empire are pretty interesting, though. I know, of the Holy Roman Empire. Okay, after that, the biggest one that comes fighting me that is close to Lombardy, because he's actually only a kid and he's only 15. Do you have anyone with strong claims there? We would essentially need to have the duchy ourselves. I guess as long as we give it to just anyone and invite to court. And then we eventually revoke the title away from him. Keep that duchy title, because Lombardy is de jure Holy Roman Empire, right? Oh no, never mind, it isn't. Never mind. I don't think it's worth the war even then. That's also not a duchy title. Let me see. De jure. Okay, all of this is French actually. Okay, then I don't think that plan is even viable. I like watching Crusader Kings 2. Makes me want to play it again. After 3,000 hours playing the game, I don't know what to do anymore. Yeah, that actually I can kind of see, because eventually eventually with any game you'll feel like you've done anything, but yeah, there's a lot of cool things that I haven't done that I do kind of want to do, especially in multiplayer player. Like the one thing that a few of my friends started but we didn't finish is something I would actually like to play either again or
again, or maybe, or like a restart with something else, is playing as like what we called it, the Jewish conspiracy, which is actually just playing a bunch of characters somehow try to secretly convert all of us into Jews, and then try to essentially do world domination and basically feed into and basically be all of those conspiracy theories. Just like whatever, but whenever anything bad happens, we played a little bit of it, and essentially it was whenever anything bad happened in Arabia or Saudi Arabia, it was the Jews. That was essentially it. It led to the collapse of certain sultanates, and I think a caliph was even taken out. It was all good, and that was especially thanks to the Jewish efforts. Basically assassinations, we got some claims. Eventually one of us essentially became the Sultan of Egypt, and it was all good. We were essentially pretending to be Muslims. The only thing we didn't get to do our moment when we had taken, like, because we had just recently taken over Jerusalem. We didn't get to do the moment where we because we just didn't get a chance to play after that. And I think the saves are probably either gone from most of our computers at this point. We didn't get the chance to like lift the veil and go like, aha, we are not Muslims, we're all Jews, and we would like to form the great kingdom of Jerusalem out of essentially what I believe what we had was essentially like, it was like something like, yeah, it was like about 2/3 of the Fatimid dynasty right now. So like we were doing decently well. Like we had some problems in the beginning of because of precisely the Fatimid dynasty, because they were starting to be real bullies to us and stuff. Patient. We don't want to get the modifier for him because he's probably not going to hear it anyway. The plan to take Lombardy just isn't sexy enough if this is not de jure part of the empire, and I don't think there's anything that is the de jure part of the empire that we can take in the same way. I even played a Norse character in India and formed the Empire of India, then marched all the way to Sweden and captured it. Wow, that actually sounds pretty sweet. I have done a world conquest run. I did succeed there, and earlier than I expected when I played Germanics. I believe I still had I think like 100 or 200 years left on the clock, or like something. But I think something between 100 and 200. Like I think it was maybe closer to 150, but I don't exactly remember. Can they be more envious? Yeah, but to be fair, being in the earlier starts does actually lend to that being easier just in general, because many of the sort of bigger empires are not exactly formed as they are, and it's just like, it's basically when the Holy Roman Empire exists, it's just a lot harder to do things. Because like, okay, sure, in the early start Francia exists, but that one usually falls apart. But the Holy Roman Empire is not always, but usually more stable. 3,000 piety. If only we could somehow at least get into the vote of being a legit target. Because as long as you're a duke within the de jure, you're a legit target. And that's actually kind of why I'm tempted to fabricate a claim, or... Is there anyone with a strong claim? Does the guy have a strong claim? This is counting someone else's. Okay, all of them have weak claims. Oh, there's a new king of Croatia. I think the same dynasty as the Virgin Queen was, but is somehow older than her. Although, I think the funniest thing I've ever done was playing a Norse merchant republic that was also religion Muslim. That was pretty funny. Duke of Korea. There's a weak claim already. Declare war. Actually, yeah, we don't have to have him make claim, because... sure, he serves greatness, go get it. That seems fine. Yeah, Hungary also got a county over there. I don't remember when that happened. Is that my son, right? Yeah, another granddaughter. That seems fine. Oh, twin granddaughters. How lovely. Because that's actually one of the things I'm trying to do. I don't have a good way to get the claims I need to get Croatia. But I do want it. Actually, wait a minute. Empires. Oh, they actually do. These two counties? Yeah, but these two counties are unfortunately not in the same duchy, because this is in a different duchy and Benevento is in a different duchy. So, oh, well, actually, wait, this already has the Duke title. It doesn't matter. Also, oh yeah, because of the Knights Templars are there, I somehow have a county in the, like a barony in the duchy, but... Oh, and they only have one county, so if I can kibosh them, this actually might work. Claim... Yeah, he says no, obviously, but do I have anyone with a claimant? Claim on the county of, is this the county? Because I actually do need the duchy title. This is duchy, yeah? Yeah, I need an actual claim on the duchy that I can force, so that doesn't actually quite work. Strong claim the duchy of Benevento. Invite to court, because he only has one county. So if I siege rush, let me see, how many French troops can I get? 7,000 French troops? Oh, Jesus, France just never stays stable. In French revolt skill, if someone's claiming France. Oh, two different people. Yeah, they're just trying to take their claims on France. How many troops do we get from there? 29. 6,700. Venice has a lot of troops. The Byzantines aren't in the defensive pact against me. That's a lot, but let's look at this again. But there's still Spoleto. Yeah, there's still a lot of little guys that are around here, and there's also Hungary over there. Actually, if we ask both of these to do peace with France, then we declare the war, then we push with boats, it's probably going to be like 12,000 guys. Though this is like 2,000, so we're going to need like, I believe, roughly 10,000 more. So, if we can somehow get a few more troops than that over here, that actually would be great. The Duchy of Spoleto is, however, in the Empire of Italia. There's also the Duchy of Dalmatia. That one's kind of in the same boat. Gotta go back to something? Okay, that's fine. Sculio. So that's actually the thing that I'm trying to plan out. We can create 16 different titles, including the Empire of Britannia, but we're not going to do that because who wants Britain to actually exist? If I only had a county that would actually connect Russia to the sea, that would be quite useful. But unfortunately, Russia has, well, actually, Russia I believe has some ocean connecting counties on this side, but actually no, they've got none that actually generates ships. Okay, so how do we actually try to get that duchy? This one, it seems so easy if we weren't in such a ridiculous level of threat. Maybe if the Byzantines were our allies? Maybe if we called the Byzantines into a war? Okay, they're beating some of these random people back. Yeah, like how Arabia randomly has stuff in there. Yeah, even though they're pushed way down there. It's a complicated issue, but the thing is, how do we get there so quick that they won't know what hit them, that we can just siege them right away and just go at it? Because that's essentially what we're going to need to do. The good thing is, since it seems that their we're probably going to have to do it soon, because it seems their levy is at least stretched in all three categories right now.
Okay, wait, can we actually get an alliance with Venice? We can. Okay, so if we actually call Venice into the war... Okay, so, okay, we also gotta make sure that... Sorry, can we imprison anyone? Sure, which... whatever. Imprison, sure. Then sacrifice him. A virgin for Satan. That's all good. But that actually is the thing that we do really need to figure out. The logistics. The good thing, this ship combat is not a thing, unlike an EU4. So we do have the advantage of just being able to sail with all of our ships down here and just peacefully land. Oh, but the papacy has about 8,000 troops that are just sitting there between there and like the host they have for some reason and the other thing. So they have the Duchy of Latinum, right? Yeah, they have the Duchy of Latinum. So it is actually going to be tough. It's so annoying sometimes. Sometimes in both EU4 and Crusader Kings, when you just need one specific strategic purpose, you need a maybe a specific county or like a really tiny specific region that belongs to a tiny country. But because of the entire diplomatic situation, it's just kind of like it's a minefield. Okay, I am allied with the Venice Byzantine Empire and the Holy Roman Empire. So I think that if I do... Yeah, it's going to cost me a lot of prestige, but I think that's fine. I'm going to just peace with France, peace with France. Excellent. Okay, that revolt is not our deal. How many troops we're getting now? Now we're getting like 11,000 troops. I think I'm actually gonna give it a go. This might actually backfire horrendously. For some reason, there's a French army there. But we're, I believe, gonna do it. So you declare war, claim Benevento, but the first thing we gotta do is make sure he has a title of some sorts. Oops, sorry, that was not what I was gonna do. Declare war, grant title. It's definitely not here, it's definitely not Morai, it's not Riga, Kreuzberg, Domburg, so Gripholm, Hautuna. Yeah, actually, Ardemistan is actually, the individual counties in Ardemistan is actually not looking that good. Like, sure, not looking that bad. Yeah, I think we're actually going to give him the county of Rival. Like, we could go after bigger game, but I think the hypothetical benefit of this is going to be a lot. You're going to be my marshal. I'm going to send you a gift. I'm going to award you the honorary title of seneschal. And I'm going to give you this engraved sword. And I'm going to... Damn it, so close. You're gonna babysit my bastard daughter? And now I'm gonna demand religious conversion. Then I'm going to, let me see, what is it? Does he do new maintenance? We're actually just gonna have him research military tech here in the capital, because we do actually just want to try to push the tech up in the capital. We can get majesty, but we actually don't really care about majesty. We're just gonna we care about noble customs and customs, but I think I'm actually gonna stack up the points to get tolerance. In the meantime, just improve keeps. Like we're getting there. We're getting 21, 21, 18, which versus 22, 22, 24 that that Wurzburg of the Holy Roman Empire does is, you know, not is a bit better, but you know, it's not the worst. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty risky, but I think I'm gonna do it. And we're gonna have a lot of random enemies in a lot of random places. Wait, I thought we had a pact on aggression pact with you. Turns out that fell apart. Never mind. Instead of Hans, we're gonna hit that. And where are all our good commanders? We had great commanders a second ago. Join court. Yes. Men. Yeah, we can't seem to get any better than we have, so we're just in a like a little bit of a slump where good commanders are hard to find. Get into the troops. We're gonna sail outside there, and we're gonna call Castile. Yeah, sure, just as a distraction even. And the Holy Roman Empire. You were allied with them, right? Like, I'm just gonna make him happier. I think that's fine. Excellence. Hey, I'm no longer arbitrary, because that's great, because arbitrary is just bad. Okay, I think the closest ships that can sail here, that is from a different vassal, is unfortunately England. We do need to overwhelm things quickly, unfortunately. Although, maybe I should have moved our retinue first. We've got 11,000 ringing from over there. I think because we need to just overload them, even though it's going to take a shit ton of while to get there. Okay, my marshal is converting to the faith. That was to be expected. Of course, I honor the Cold War, entering the Little Board can't hurt, approve the scheme. Idiots. Yeah, Venice didn't join us, but the Byzantines did. And the Byzantines don't have much else to do. Wait, never mind. Okay, actually, let's check the capital just to make sure that it's only at... Okay, this is actually the only war that the Byzantines themselves are actually dealing in. I knew the power had its price, yet I never anticipated it. Did dark magic make me clubfoot it? Really? Out of all those things, clubfoot it? That's a weird thing. Confidence in my own faith. Get a little more piety. The Pope is so ridiculous. Stupid Pope. This was probably a good. This was probably a bad idea. I could probably let the Russian troops, Russian or Polish troops take shortcuts. If I do this. Whoops. That was bad. I should have really noticed the troops that were there. Approve the scheme. How many Polish troops are those? 6, nearly 7,000. The Hungarians are busy with their army over there. Croatia is fighting us, but they're not going to have enough to object to us. We're mostly going to be walking through, other than that, we're only really going to be walking through Holy Roman Empire territory. Because honestly, I think the idea is that we let them try to siege us. And then we'll just kibosh Foggia when they don't have too much, when they don't actually have too many troops in Foggia. We're just going to kibosh them. It's a bit of a manipulation, but like essentially grand summoning. We stand ready for the power, obtain the powers of mortal men. Sure, unlimited power. My inheritance is secured anyway, so if I die to some... Duh, I can't think. Okay, I'm getting bad traits from this. Oh, it's just annoying, because the guy I'd rather inherit is actually getting, like, not an unreasonable amount of votes, like 3 votes versus 6. It's not too bad. They're just gonna sit there. Did we actually just get stacked wipe and Russia can't raise anything? Or actually Russia retreated over there? Okay, they actually can't see those. There you go. And the same thing goes for you. Go up there, up there, up there, 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 there. Wait, are we no longer allied with the Holy Roman Empire? Why? Or did they not accept my call to arms? It seems that they did not, must not have. Yeah, they didn't accept my call to arms, but that's fine because they're not going to know where those are. Let me see. We're just gonna stay there. We've got, yeah, the English ships aren't too far off. Like, this is going to be a bit of an annoying war, but I think we can manage it. Like, if they're just gonna go between that and between that and between that. Honestly, I'm kind of fine with dying right now. No, I'll just have to be patient. Maybe it'll actually work out. Come on. Oof, defensive pacts. Yeah, this was probably a bad call. This war. It's gonna cost me a lot, but maybe this actually is still okay. Okay, we've got... Okay, we for some reason aren't fighting... Krakow? Here. We're gonna go here, straight here, here, and then all the way down. Yeah. They're just going more south there because okay, they're actually only fighting us, but that's fine. Betrothal. I died, but that's fine. And now Emperor Elderland of Scandinavia. A new nominator, Prince Egbert. I honestly think he's still the best call. Like, yeah, like this guy just has good, decent, balanced stats and is at a decently young age. So I think I'm still gonna do that. Kingdom of Norgay. Kinswoman Prince. Decline. Arranged marriage. Kinsman. Betrothal. Betrothal. There you go. Is this fully red? Is this all retinue or? Okay. Okay, none of this is retinue. We lost the one county over here that became independent. That's fine. I was kind of expecting that to happen, to be honest. Do you know what we're not going to do? We're not going to lead this. Actually, no, since we are actually of the martial education with low categories, we actually should lead the army whenever we get a chance to. Betrothed can marry. Sure, since they're betrothed anyway, and it's like, whatever. West area of Sweden. I don't think that's a good one. Let me see. Yeah, I'd rather vote for Einar if we can not lose it. Also, let me see. Emperor Ipland, Duchy of Ipland. Invest in technologies. We're gonna get tolerance. Careful infrastructure, construction. Ugh. How old am I? 35. Secretly Orthodox? What the hell? No, I'm not gonna be secretly Orthodox. My useless son, who has got a couple of vice royalties on him. And this actually will make their terrain really annoying, so sure, let's do that. I just find that funny. Einar of Norgay. Yeah, I can accept that. Oh, the Byzantines are actually bearing full force. That is unexpected. I honestly wasn't expecting. I was expecting them to be like annoying here and there, but like 30, that many troops, that is insane. Bosca actually, but still to do for the furtherance of some plans, I think. For the furtherance of some plans, because we're going to have to. The heir to the Kingdom of Castile. I think it's actor. Yeah, make Count Oop. And we want this guy to be alive because hopefully, sorry, Castile isn't elective, is it? Pretty sure Castile has primogeniture, right? Yeah, agnatic, cognatic, primogeniture. So essentially, oh yeah, also the thing I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna make a university. That should hopefully push the tech level on our capital here in Königsberg a bit more. Oh yeah, wait, I'm also also my council members are now off because of reasons. I'm going to start to be happy to the Pope. Try to make the Pope happy. Marshal. Try to make the tech good. Steward. Yeah, that's fine. Spy Master. Actually, I kind of want to compare 25, 29, 26. Yeah, it's Constantinople all the way. Spy in Constantinople, Court Chaplain. Not you. Let's go a category down because you're not paranoid. This guy's not paranoid doing that, and we can maybe convert this stupid Orthodox territory. It's also really annoying, these secret Orthodox guys. It just doesn't feel legit in many ways. Poland is holding them off admirably. That's fine. Now that we're the good thing is, like, if we're maneuvering here in the Holy Roman Empire, they just don't know where we are, and that's fine. Leaves the old Christian society. But you're in jail, so I don't care. Intriguing. I guess a little reading can't hurt. That's actually that's actually good timing for an event that can get me 100 piety. That is in no way bad. They're hopefully bringing their forces to bear, and we can then reinforcement them from the sea, and after that starts, we'll be well off. Stop marching. You and you will be leading there. I'm gonna get 100 free piety. Oh, okay, they're actually marching away. Actually, we don't know exactly where the Hungarian army is, so I probably prefer waiting. $16, $17. Yeah, I think that's probably the shortest distance that we can get. I think we're gonna wait a month or two just to... And him, and then me on the left flank. Yeah, it's the shorter path. They're gonna see, like, the Hungarians will know that we're there, but that's fine. Like, they probably won't actually attack that stack right now. Now with full morale, we're gonna do that. That's fine by us, I think. 20. Yeah, we got the Byzantine support right behind us. Like, we're probably, like, not favored in this battle before the Byzantines show up, but then after the Byzantines show up, we're super favored.
Okay, thanks to the Byzantine alliance, this actually wasn't that stupid of a call, and we're actually not going to lose that much from this war. And it's kind of funny that the guys that we're planning to hopefully overtake by taking this county eventually is essentially the reason for why we can actually get, like, is essentially going to be the reason why we can succeed here. Like, we might succeed without them, but it would be more costly and more time-consuming, essentially. Like, I wouldn't have even started this attack without the Byzantines, like without getting our troops that are over here. Ransom, I think, is not worth that much war score. 8, 7, 6. Okay, they're not going to stay there for the siege, which is fine, honestly. But the Byzantines were surprisingly helpful there. So, you know, gotta give them that. Independence. Who wants independence? Oh, you want independence. That's not great. How about instead I take one of your daughters? You know, that fair? Okay, that's good. That's good. My son, your daughter. It's all cool. It's all cool. Russ, I heard you wanted to go independent, but you know, maybe my son would like to marry one of your daughters. That seems like a good solution to that whole issue. Okay, England is also, I think, one of the ones I probably want to guarantee. Let me see, Queen of England, my cousin. Can I? Okay, I cannot offer it to begin with, so I probably need to renew the bloodlines. Arrange betrothal. How would my daughter? Do you have? Okay. Sons marry particular people. It's all good. All good in the hood. I'm overloaded on troops there, which is actually quite exactly what we want in this situation. Because we're just gonna... Bam. And Venice has a city there. That is honestly to be expected. And then we enforce demands. Boom. He's just the Count of Benevento, and then I'm gonna revoke. Then I'm actually gonna take the duchy away from him, because I believe carrying that duchy is essentially going to let me participate in the Byzantine voting process. And if I'm just, by being on the table, there is some chance that, like, every now and then I might get voted in, and if I get voted in, I might be able to stabilize inheriting the Byzantine Empire by essentially destroying their probably by either destroying their empire title or something similar. Also, do I have too many duchies? What do you think? Do I have too many duchies? And by how much? I actually don't seem to have too many duchies. Let me see. Duchy. Yeah, I only have 2 duchies. That's actually quite fine. Nobody minds their emperor having just 2 duchies. Yeah, this guy probably doesn't feel happy about the whole arrangement. Was independent an independent duke a second ago, and now you're a vassal and a count. Did that work the way I wanted it to work? It did not. Or sorry, did they turn that to primogeniture? Now they're still elective. Shouldn't I be able to vote on that? Like, I have a de jure duchy title. I think that should mean that I should be able to vote on it, but maybe I was wrong. All that work and effort for something that didn't even work the way I wanted it to work. Typical. Let's hold the feast anyway. Some random... Oops. I wasn't actually planning to donate to the order, but it ended up fine. They'll refresh, it's fine. Just looking for some entertainment for my feast.
So the question is, okay, he's just never going to keep Jerusalem. There's just going to be something that makes sure he can't. Just a period, I don't care about the cost. That's kind of annoying. You got Aragonian Revolt. I hereby invite you. I do kind of want this to happen sooner rather than later, actually. Wow, a lot of people apparently don't like me very much. Okay, I'm actually gonna check this. What are my odds of actually planning to kill her? 15, and I can get a 20 in there, but that's about it. Okay, that's not reasonable. So essentially, you gotta just hope that the inheritance flows the way I want the inheritance to float, and it'll all be good. Heir to the Kingdom of Castile. No. Wait, did I need a divorce? That's actually a good question. Not especially, but kind of. Also, am I in any particular society? Nope. The only one I can join is Lucifer's Own, but I don't feel like doing Lucifer's Own. It'd kill the last character, although I wasn't especially impressed by him anyway. This character, I think this character has a little bit more potential given where he's at. Yeah. Well, welcome to my feast. Yeah, what is my threat level at? 83, yep, sounds about right. Let me see, he's still excommunicated, right? Yeah, lift excommunications. Give Finger of St. John 12. Yeah, giving him my longsword is worth 12. Is that worth it? I don't really care I don't really care if one of my kids turns Italian, so I wonder if he's okay. Yeah, if he's okay. Yeah, he's okay. He's okay raising one of my sons. That seems fine. That's gonna be like 10. Because I honestly prefer one of my vassals not to be, and one of my dynasty members to be excommunicated if I could, because that is just a thing I would really rather prefer. Then I'm also going to give him this longsword. That's going to make him up to like 28. So I would like to lift excommunications. 3, 1, 2. Which do I have to actually bend for 600 gold? Yeah, that's not worth it. I haven't met at such a fascinating... Yeah, I'm just going to give up on that. Wait. Implement papal investiture, plus 2 moral 30 for 2 years. Approve obedience, and we'll get rid of the minus 30%. Although... if we do get rid of Let Me Seal Religion... currently almost everyone is paying the Pope more anyway. Let me see, donations from Holy Order, elective accession. Bonus of St. Peter, head of religion, theology focus, piety plus 10. Yeah, we're not really getting any tax from our baronate, from those baronies anyway, and I don't really care about anything. Is that that is a realm law, isn't it? Yeah, it is a realm law. Oh yeah, disallowed vassal wars. I'm not going to make disallowed vassal wars because I think it's actually better for us to allow our vassals to hopefully attack other people and gain some territory for us. So we really like the war laws where they are. We don't want to form a council. We don't want to change any of these. They rule in my realm. I'm actually going to. We will always follow the divine will. Because now the Pope is like, hey, But hey, my boy, let me see. His heir is Yeremy over. Wait, what? He is leading the revolt against the tyranny of his daddy, essentially. Yeah, that is pretty funny. His 13-year-old son is rebelling against him. You know, when kids talk about a rebellious phase, it's usually not well equipped with that many soldiers. Well, he's excommunicated though, actually. I think actually requesting divorce is probably better because our current marriage just does nothing. I believe. Like, I don't know if she's not lowborn, but she's like a Scottish character that just doesn't really do anything for us. So we'd actually much rather ask the Pope, "Hey, mind if I do a good old divorce there, eh, fella?" You know, is it okay if I do a divorce? To the under the laws of the church, I cannot grant you a divorce. Ugh. He doesn't grant me a divorce? Well, I'll grant myself a divorce then. I'll just be trying to kill me own wife. I know, see, don't that like to leave me no other option than killing me wife. Oh yeah, why is this just not by automatic? God damn it. Ambition, I don't really want to try to try to see the realm prosper, I believe. I don't think it would do much good. Arabia is looking strangely good. I wouldn't expect them to consolidate as much territory as they did somehow. So it must have been lucky inheritance or something. The Abbasids are back to be our complete joke. The Ghaznavid, the Mongol Empire is not really scary anymore. Like, they're just so all over the place and not really consolidated anywhere. Our Scandinavian Empire, however, is particularly impressive. Especially considering, 65,000 troops versus the Byzantines. Yeah, we essentially have more soldiers than essentially everyone. Like, I think the Holy Roman Empire... Yeah, the Holy Roman Empire have... not a lot. Their obligations must be really shitty. Which does make sense. They're probably still have to deal with a lot of the nonsense you have to deal with from the council and stuff. He's 47 years old. Opinion of Queen Marina. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna do this just to make sure that all of the possible heirs will also be of my dynasty, or like most of the possible heirs will also be of my dynasty, which should essentially make it so that the inheritance lining as it is will probably be almost guaranteed. Again, I really wish I could change to ultimogeniture. Yeah. Betrothed can marry, sure. We're not gonna pick an ambition yet. Do we still have things raised, actually? We do. That is retinue. Retinue, get over here. Also, the Jabir retinue, also get over there. Probably end up being approximately 2,000, which is honestly not a bad retinue. Sure, learn faith. You learn duty. That'll all be good. Politiska? That was not the Orthodox one, that was just some random one. That's fine though. Oh, it's always better to have the more consolidated religion. Like, I'm pretty sure our moral authority is still just stuck at 100, because we've had, like, just so many things that make us so, like, we have all the holy sites, including even Jerusalem. We was just, like, right there. It's sure it gets constantly raided by hosts, but we still own it, so it's you know, it's all good. Also, the Europeans are getting really influenced here in North Africa, Mali. For some reason, the Kingdom of Mauritania is in the middle of Mali. Well, border gore for border gore. Although the border gore over here seems to have at least mostly gotten a bit better, or mostly around Hungary, that is. Hungary used to have a lot more border gore than it has now. Used to have a lot less, yeah, a lot more border gore than it has now. Like, I thought that's how elective governments work. Let me see. Let me see. Of course. Sure, of course I will come. I'm actually just looking at that elective. Let me see. Where is it? Elective. Yeah. I'm actually really annoyed that I can't seem to get the description from the elective law there. Or is that here? Elective absolute imperial autocracy. Yeah. Because the good thing is essentially I have disbanded all the council powers. The only really benefit to having a council is the enforced peace option. The enforced peace option is good. And because I'm having such a hard time taking territory, territory when it isn't part of a highly planned scheme. Where's my threat down at? My threat is still at 82, decaying at a rate of 0.21. That is not great. My Pope did too much good, so let's perform statecraft. Someone is trying to recruit me to the Satanists. Should I say yes? I wonder. Nah, I think I don't want to be just funny and kill myself right now. Or, well, not kill myself necessarily, but I don't think I really want to be a devil worshiper right now. Hold a grand tournament. Actually, my prestige is relatively low at the point, so I actually do want to hold a grand tournament. Because 200 gold for 200 prestige right now seems quite fine. Just to get that early build up of it going is actually probably worth it. What is England fighting for? Peace with Northumbria. Yeah, that's actually a good reason for it. I don't really want this guy to lose territory. He's he could actually permanently lose his titles, and that's not good. Yeah. We're just gonna be peaceful over there. 13 gold. Yeah, that's gonna go away real quick, that debt. Who's the Grandmaster there? Are we at a time where the Grandmaster is not even close to being one of ours? Hungarian revolt. I could have sworn that having a duchy title within there does your territory got you a yeah. I was so sure that having a duchy title within the empire would actually enable it, but it seems that it doesn't. Like unless you need a kingdom title, which the only one that seems even possible to get is probably Croatia. Let's see, intolerable, because there's no reason to pick anything else than intolerable in my mind, especially when there's someone who is better at learning right now. Because we do need someone to hopefully convert this stupid Orthodox county. I'm actually... Unfortunate, most unfortunate, most unfortunate, most unfortunate, most unfortunate. Wow, all of these people getting injured in this stupid tournament. A lot of people seem to be okay with trying to kill my wife, so that's great. Most unfortunate, most unfortunate, most unfortunate. unfortunate, most unfortunate. God damn, that's a lot. Stop bothering me about it. Is this some sort of like I think this event is some sort of paradox joke? Because it does nothing and it just has endless pop-ups that do mostly nothing. Yeah, Paris is still. Yeah, I think I can offer. I can't offer restoration because they're at war, but they definitely wouldn't. You would like kings almost never accept it to begin with, anyway. Oh, most fortunate. There you go. So, come. Sure, Caroline. That is actually I'm pretty happy about because now I get to find a wife that hopefully gets me something good. Actually, kind of curious. Is there a chance I can marry into something that then gets me a title? Because that seems like something that I should be trying to do right now. Any women... Holy shit, that is an insane general for a lady, but that is actually not what we're looking for rank. The Queen of Galicia is unmarried, but she's 44 years old, so that doesn't really do much. Besides that, there's the Iona Duchess of Lothian, but Lothian is already in with one within my realm, so that doesn't do me a whole lot of good. Same thing for Hewis anyway. Yeah, I don't actually think I'm actually going to be able to do much about that. I'm actually kind of curious about one thing. Let's try to go to the ledger to possible inheritance and see what is in there. Because I'm kind of starting to forget what marriages I have in somewhere. Okay, all of the voice royalties, obviously. And, okay, just a bunch of random stuff in my realm, basically the random stuff in my realm from people that don't have heirs. That is essentially to be expected. But yeah, lower down, Dawn, the cognate of Taganorid. Taganorid? Yeah, bit tough to pronounce. It would be nice if I could put this county under Russia, though, because that would actually leave me ships in Byzantines, which is honestly not unreasonable. Yeah, but because this is nomads, I don't know if that's actually worth doing. So essentially, what we're trying to look for in a marriage is essentially just some people that have claims. If the actually, like, is there anyone with an inheritable claim? Like, it's the annoying thing about like that these guys have elective is the fact that they'll almost never actually will not impair unless pressed in war. Is that they'll almost never actually land in a stage where a weak claim is good enough. So it's a lot harder to get the claim you need to take down elective regimes in a lot of, especially elective empires in a lot of ways. Because I'm just trying to manipulate good elective claims into my empire somehow, and it does not seem possible. This guy's got a strong claim, sure, but courtier can't be inherited by successor, so if she dies, Frode Lennerson will have a weak claim, but that will only work if there's a regency going on. So we're going to keep a close watch on the Byzantine Empire, because if there turns out there is a regency, we might be able to get there. Okay, like I think we're at the stage of the game where if we can get helpful marriages, we're going to get helpful marriages. Okay, I wonder. He's the Queen of Galicia, Duchess Island, and after that, the age starts to go way too long. But I'm gonna actually make good. I'm gonna just kind of be checking whether there are actually checking on the Muslims is of course pointless. The kingdom's not elective, is it? No, that's primogeniture. Sure. And there's one. But there's one prince, so that doesn't quite do it. Gotta check if there's anyone that has female heirs. Yeah, but with that those shitty stats, there's like some chance I should probably not bother. What about you, Daphne? Do you have female heirs? Do you have female heirs? Actually, let's try to see in the marriage menu if there's just like heir to something. They're suggesting that I marry it. They really want me to inbreed. Kind of tug under it. Heir to the barony. No. Heir to the county. I'm really checking if there's like an heir to, like basically any duchy that is not already in my realm. Like, I honestly don't think I have to worry about Jerusalem, because I think they're going to eventually lose their title when somebody takes Jerusalem away from them. And after that, the what's left in France will probably just join up with me, actually. Maybe, let me see. Margarita de Arborera. I hate that you can't just look at these, look at claimants. Let me see. Yeah. Is she unmarried, I wonder? Probably not. Who is she? Margarita de Arbovera. Yeah, it's Greek. None of them are of the right dynasty that is like there. So since that is that must be she essentially that one heir over there that must essentially be already married. Let me see. I wish you could actually check all the heirs somehow. That would actually be pretty good. Because I'm essentially just looking. Wait. One boy. Well, I think I found it. 1, 2. Bodrick is dead, so it's girl. Oh, she's already betrothed to the Prince of Bohemia. Can I? Yeah, I don't think I can even propose anything. Like, I could try to plot to kill him and then kill the other guy. I don't think that's actually worth, like, taking my marriage, I don't think that's actually worth the risk. Wait, is she this one unmarried? She is. If I only have to get assassinated to one person, heir is this one guy. It's essentially this one guy. Because if I can actually grab the Duchy of Carinthia down under them. Although, it's actually, this is one of the reasons why the laws are important. Because I can't tell if they have the legal inheritance or not, which is super annoying. Is there something in the ledger that can tell me what sort of laws they have? Because this scheming is honestly a bit tempting. Actually, I think this one's probably better. Like, I have to kill one kid, I have to kill two kids. Actually, let's just check what the odds of my killing this one are. 21, 50, 60, 70, 8. That was like 9. I think I actually do have some chance here. Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do this. This is a bit complicated, but if this works the way I want this to work, it will be great. Most unfortunate. Well, you're my best friend. Some random count is now really friendly with me, and that's actually all pretty good. Okay. Although, I'll try to remember... Okay. The Duke of Bavaria. I'm trying to take Bavaria with inheritance shenanigans. We'll hope that works, because I'm not actually sure if it will, because again, I'm also kind of trying to get a foothold somewhere in the Holy Roman Empire, so maybe this is just a poor plan, but I don't know, I think it's interesting. Actually, maybe I should, before I go, maybe I should actually just be looking at Byzantine women that I can marry. Is there a Byzantine princess here that I actually could marry? 18 years old, but yay, that's a bit troublesome. Already married, or already betrothed rather. Not married. And married. Yeah, it's this one who's got a strong claim, but I don't think that's actually quite really worth anything. That's the annoying thing about this menu, is that it would be really helpful if this essential menu, that was like the good merit suggestions, would actually give you what claims these people have. They don't? Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they don't. I'm pretty sure. Because, I don't know, let me see. Well, let me just wait. Yeah, like, because that would actually be super helpful. Yeah, we claim Britannia, that doesn't exist. Kinswoman. Ingrid, Vladislav, Yaroslava, Countess of Surstalu. Actually, I'll try culture. I'll try to see if any of the Greek. I'll try to see if any of the Greek actually have claims. Actually, let's just try the simple way. Let's arrange marriage. I could marry one of the current emperor's daughters, but like sure, when he dies, she's gonna get a weak claim that might not even get inherited. And we would have to land it on one of our vassals in order to make that work. Ugh. I think I'm actually gonna just quit for now and go wife hunting next week. Because there is a lot of potential plans that I might be able to form around, but I think currently my marriage is very important, and I should think about it very carefully. Because that's actually one of my biggest chances of expansion right now. Because I really want to try to find a way to get
get a wife that has a relevant claim. That is a very important thing to me. Like, I can try to go for claimants of the Holy Roman Empire. Let me see, they don't seem to have a gender thing, but... She isn't married, but she has a weak uninheritable claim. This guy's got a weak uninheritable claim. She has an uninheritable claim, uninheritable claim. Yeah, I don't think any of these inheritances are inheritable. Well, because I just really want to hope that I can someday get a claim sometime for the Holy Roman Empire, because that territorial gain would be insane. Okay. I think I'll just make my decision next time, so until next time. Actually, let's actually take a little moment before we quit and actually resign here and take a quick review of what characters we've played. That's something actually I might want to keep doing, especially for people, if people are even a little interested. Yeah, it's pretty fun to do it myself. Duke Eastlever of Iceland. He ruled for 6 years because he starts at age 60, over 60. It's a starting, like, so honestly, this is a character that can almost never accomplish much. But why is he called Viceroy now? That doesn't actually make sense, because he wasn't a Viceroy, he was a king. Like, sure, now, now, way later, like, he was independent at the point. I don't know why they're calling him Viceroy, because he was the king of Norway. Duke Eistlever II of Iceland, after I lost the Kingdom of Norway title, but that's fine, because even though he only ruled for 14 days. The reason why he only ruled for 14 days is because he was killed by his brother, which became king of Norway and ruled for 35 years. On top of being an excellent character overall, he was also the Antichrist, which did allow him to get back to power, get the name of Hugadaller back up to prominence as the King of Norway. Then it was Queen Proust the Wise. Then start the first emperor, Emperor Trond the Careless, Emperor Viceroy Proust the Wise. Proust the Wise actually did pretty well for herself, despite getting the female penalties, because my tolerance level tech was fairly low at the time, and I don't think I had even most of the and the laws that, like, the acceptance of women law, or whatever you want to call it, or like the women equality law that is in the game, was really low at that point. But because she had really good diplomacy, because she had just the right non-aggression pacts, she didn't seem to suffer at all for being a woman there. So that actually did quite good. After that was Emperor Trond the Careless. I don't know why I think he was called Careless because of, I don't know, it was something that happened early on or something, because it's really weird, because he did really well. He basically conquered enough land to actually be the person to form the Empire of Scandinavia. And then his son inherited it, which was Ulf of Scandinavia, which honestly did not too well, because he died within 2 years of disease, if I remember correctly. That honestly didn't go too well for him. Oh, no, he was cursed for being too much of a devil worshipper, because I didn't realize how much they'd changed changed the penalties for going to do too much in the devil worship. Then it was Edwig the Usurper. This is my longest lived character. He lived to be, how old was he at the time of his death? He was 68, and he had been in some amount of rulership since he was 7. But he actually wasn't the emperor for, I believe, the first 20 or so years of me playing him. 19. The first 19 years of me playing him, he was again the Duke of some place. He had like a few duchy titles, and I was able to reclaim the empire with a fair load of planning, alliancing, and such. I was able to reclaim the empire, but it took a lot out of me to get this early death. It stopped me dead in my tracks for 20 years or so. Then Emperor Trond the Seducer did rather well for himself. 18 years of ruling. I believe he's actually the one that conquered Russia and Poland, so that was actually really good for him. Then Emperor Frode the Witch the Witch Hunter, which is the character we just saw, who we essentially saw most of his rule today. And honestly, he didn't do too badly for himself, even though he eventually died because of... Again, this is the second character we lose to Devil Worship Curse, but unlike the other one, this one didn't really hurt us. And then this is the one. Like, only history will tell whether Erland of Scandinavia will be considered a good emperor or not. So, until next time, I'll see you then. See everybody